and welcome back. Right now, Microsoft Surface simplifies today's game in Miami between the Patriots and the Dolphins as we get you first on the field. Let's send you out there live with our announcers, Greg Gumbel and Trent Green. Gentlemen.
JB here in South Florida. We are all set to kick the new season off with a first-class rivalry in the AFC East. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sun Life Stadium. Welcome to Week 1, this 2014 NFL season. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome to you, Trent Green. Welcome to CBS.
You know, I'm excited to be here at CBS and even more excited to be working with you, Greg.
Yeah, we'll see how you feel about midway through the season. Let's start with the New England Patriots. Hey, you know, you're hearing these rumors. Tom Brady, 15th season now. Is he on the downside? What do you think?
Well, there's a lot of talk of that his game's in decline. And if you look at the numbers, you may be able to defend that. But I don't think so at all, Greg. You look at the weapons that he was missing a year ago on the offensive line and in the receiving core. He has all of those guys back healthy this year. And especially important is a healthy Rob Gronkowski.
You know, Rob Gronkowski is going to make an appearance here today, and we'll be talking a little bit about him. But it is important to these Patriots that they get the old, healthy Gronkowski back.
Well, the thing that Rob Gronkowski brings is it's a matchup. He's a nightmare matchup. How are you going to defend him? Do you defend him with a corner? How about a linebacker or a safety? His size and speed brings a presence to the middle of the field. And then the second thing he brings is just that enthusiasm. He's an excitable player. He excites the sideline. He excites the huddle. And he just has that presence on the offense.
Now, in the AFC East, who is going to challenge New England? The Miami Dolphins think it could be them. If it's going to be Miami, then third-year quarterback Ryan Tannehill is going to have to make that big leap.
Well, and there was a big leap by Ryan Tannehill. From year 1 to year 2, he had substantial increase in the number of yards. He doubled his number of touchdown passes. But now they bring in Bill Lazor as offensive coordinator. They want to go to more of an up-tempo offense. They want to get more weapons involved. A year ago, at the beginning of the season, he was tentative with his decisions, and that's what led to a lot of his inaccuracies and the number of sacks that he took. As the season developed, he felt more comfortable with what he was doing, more decisive with those decisions, and as you can see, he was accurate down the field. If you're that way as a quarterback, you take that pressure off of your offensive line.
Now, if you're going to go after the New England Patriots, you better be able to go after Tom Brady. Who does that for the Dolphins?
Well, I think it's important that the Dolphins use their front four. You got the bookend defensive ends, Wake and Vernon coming off the edges. If you start committing linebackers and safeties, you're all of a sudden going to need one-on-one matchups down the field, and you don't want to do that with the weapons that Brady has. So last year in December, when the Dolphins were able to knock off the Patriots, it was because the number of hits they were able to put on Tom Brady.
All right, for the first time this season, the Home Depot tools for success. What are we watching today?
Well, I think for the New England Patriots, Darrelle Revis coming over, he brings an all-world presence at cornerback, and Tom Brady is glad to shake hands with him on his own sideline and not be facing him across the field. And then for Miami, you have the two-headed monster at running back, Noshawn Moreno, coming over as a free agent from Denver, over 1,000 yards rushing. That adds that attack.
The tools for success today.
Well, changing when Logan Mankins gets traded 11 days ago, now you have to replace him. That's a big miss, 5-time Pro Bowler. And Mike Wallace, they expect big plays out of him. They got a lot of catches, but they didn't get a lot of big plays a year ago.
As you mentioned, Trent, the last time these teams met mid-December, the Dolphins won at 24-20, but it's a new day, a new season. The Dolphins and the Patriots working toward kickoff. We'll continue here on CBS after this message and a word from your local station.
Game 1, baby, is what it's about right now. Let's go.
Opening day here in Miami. One season ago, the New England Patriots ran away with the AFC East, posting a 12-4 record. Today, the Dolphins determined to improve on their 8-8 a year ago. Today's game being broadcast in Spanish were available using the SAP button on your television.
CBS CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Welcome back to South Florida. A typical warm, muggy day here in the Miami area. Working the sidelines with us today and all season long, Evan Washburn. Evan.
Greg, thanks so much. Rob Gronkowski is active today, but the question remains, how much will he play? Now, we spoke to Tom Brady last night to ask if there's a snap count for Gronkowski. He said it's a fluid situation, coach's decision and game plan. But he added, when Gronkowski is out there and in a rhythm making plays, he's tough to take off the field.
All right, Evan, thank you. Blue skies, chance of rain a little bit later today. Like I said, typical summer day here in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins won the toss, and they have chosen to defer, which means that the Patriots will get hold of the football first. Deep, our number 18, Matthew Slater. Number 23, Patrick Chung. Our referee today is Walt Anderson. And Miami fans looking to get a little bit better than 8-8 a year ago.
Well, it's interesting. You know, you're putting your defense on the field first, and I understand why coaches make that decision. But as an offense, if you're Ryan Tannehill, you want the ball, especially with this new offense, these new weapons. You want the ball right away. And Tom Brady, believe me, he's excited to be getting the ball first. So this plays right into the Patriots' hands, and it's a good challenge for the Dolphins defense coming out first series.
On the other hand, if you stop the opposition right off the bat, that's a little momentum boost, right?
It is definitely a lift for not only a lift for the crowd, a lift for your sidelines, and you're going to give your offense better field position.
We're ready to go. And we're underway. This one will not be returned as it sails through the end zone, and that means the Patriots will start on their own 20-yard line, and that means Tom Brady. Hard to believe that number 12 is now in his 15th NFL season, 148 wins as a starting quarterback. He is tied for the third most all-time with the great John Elway. Rob Gronkowski will start this series on the sideline. Ridley and Devlin in the backfield, and the give is to Ridley, and Ridley maybe 2 yards. A few questions all week long about the makeup of that offensive line. First-year man Jordan Devey starts at left guard, and as we said, all eyes will be on Gronkowski eventually. How much he'll play today, coming back from the torn ACL in Week 14 last year. Ridley, the lone back now behind Brady, on 2nd and 8. Brady's first pass is to the outside, and that's complete. And Julian Edelman is knocked out of bounds at about the 25. Let's check the Miami defense as Gronkowski trots onto the field. A 4-3 defense. Leader up front, Cameron Wake, 51.5 career sacks in his 6th year out of Penn State. At linebacker, Koamisi takes over in the middle this season. Jason Trusnick starts outside for injured Philip Wheeler. The secondary has added the veteran cornerback Cortland Finnegan, who arrives from St. Louis with 18 career interceptions. Gronkowski in at tight end on 3rd and 4.
And how they indicate who they're going to cover with right on this first snap as he goes back out in motion.
Brady on the move, looking, throwing over the middle, incomplete, intended for Gronkowski off of his fingertips.
When as Gronkowski motioned out into coverage, he tried making an inside route. Koamisi is who's in coverage on him. He makes a quick stick move there. You can see Koamisi, they pass him off in zone coverage. Nice job by Wilson coming up and knocking that ball out.
And you can see it on the Miami sideline. As we said, a little momentum boost. 3 and out for the Patriots.
That's definitely a lift for the Miami defense. It gives their offense better field position.
That one's blocked. At about the 13-yard line. Recovered by Miami. Terrific field position. Number 58, Chris McCain with the block punt.
You can see on the long snap, it skips back as it's a low ball, but that's a ball that they have to be able to bring in. Nice job with the block and the recovery.
Jason Trusnick, number 93, a linebacker, covers the football, and the Dolphins are in business at the 15-yard line.
And punter Ryan Allen was trying to catch that ball low, but punters try and catch it a certain way so they can get it off their foot quickly, and he just wasn't able to bring it in.
That's the first time Ryan Allen has had a punt blocked in his 2-year career. Tannehill to throw. With time, across the field, complete inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line, and out of bounds is Mike Wallace. Ryan Tannehill, the Miami quarterback, now into his 3rd season, 24 touchdowns, 17 picks a season ago, dealing with a new offensive coordinator and a much-anticipated new offense, Trent.
Well, Bill Lazor coming over from Philadelphia only spent one year with Chip Kelly, and prior to that, he was at the University of Virginia. There was anticipation they were going to come out, go no huddle, go a hurry-up tempo, but of course they huddled up and came out traditionally that time.
2nd and 2 from the 7. Lamar Miller looking for a first down close to the 5-yard line. Vince Wilfork in on the stop. Miami's offensive line is a revamped line. Center Mike Pouncey would be the only holdover. He's still recovering from hip surgery. Samson Satelli starts for him. And a stout running game. Playmakers at wide receiver and tight end Charles Clay led the team last season with 6 touchdown catches. He can be a factor in the red zone.
It's a huge factor. You can see on 2nd down, Wilfork able to get pressure, get off of Satelli's block and make that tackle before the first down. Crucial 3rd down for the Dolphins early in this game.
3rd and inches. Going to give it to Miller. Miller with a 1st and goal inside the 5, close to the 4-yard line. Our referee today is Walt Anderson.
The Dolphins didn't shy away from going right back into that middle of the defense of the Patriots, trusting those offensive linemen. You touched on the fact this offensive line is a completely revamped. All 5 guys are new bodies. 4 of them are free agents from other teams. And, of course, Juwan James, they drafted in the 1st round from Tennessee.
Tannehill still has it. Throwing in the flat. Touchdown, Miami. Lamar Miller. That's the new offensive coordinator, Bill Lazor, on the sideline.
You can see with the play action pass, it gets the flow going. And we talked about matchups earlier in the opening. A matchup of Rob Ninkovich on Lamar Miller coming out of the backfield. That's one Ryan Tannehill looked to all day. He just can't keep up with him speed-wise.
Caleb Sturgis for the extra point. Just like that, Miami takes advantage of the blocked punt. Tannehill, his first touchdown pass of the season. The Dolphins on top of Miami. Well, the Miami Dolphins couldn't have scripted the start of this game any better. And for a young quarterback, although in his 3rd season, still a young quarterback, it's got to be a huge boost.
It's got to be a big lift because not only do you get the stop on defense, you get the block punt, then you get great field position. And Ryan Tannehill with the play action pass rolling out, hitting Miller in the flat. Just a great start for the Dolphins all around.
Deep in the end zone, Patrick Chung will not return it once again. The Patriots will start from their own 20-yard line, and back comes Tom Brady. That was the first blocked punt that the New England Patriots have suffered since the 2012 season. It doesn't happen to them very often. Meanwhile, Tom Brady going back to work, and little conversation issues all week long whether or not Tom Brady is troubled with a sore calf. He was listed on the injury report, but here he is.
Well, that's just something we're going to have to monitor all day because now with Garoppolo as the backup, you have a rookie as the backup after trading away Ryan Mallett. How healthy can they keep Tom Brady, not only in this game, but throughout the season?
Brady on first down. Quick pass over the middle, and that's complete across the 25 out to about the 28-yard line to Tim Wright, the tight end who came over in the trade for Logan Mankins.
Well, I'm a little surprised by the tempo here. I thought the Patriots would go right up to the line of scrimmage after that first series and not really doing anything, and then having the block and the momentum going in the Dolphins' favor. I thought they would come out, go no huddle, and just try and change up the pace here a little bit. You can see they're not doing that. They're going to a more conventional huddle.
55 Alabama!
You saw 87 Gronkowski still on the sideline on 2nd and 2. Brady to throw again. This time to his near side of the field, and that's complete and out of bounds. Kenbrell Tompkins, and that's a first down for New England across the 35 at about the 36. Kenbrell Tompkins, a second-year wide receiver out of Cincinnati. They have big expectations for him.
Well, and the Dolphins up front, they only bring 4, and you can see they're able to push that pocket back, but as Brady plants that back foot, he doesn't hesitate. He knew right away where he was going with the football.
Coming around is Edelman. Edelman knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Louis Delmas, the safety.
Well, they bring in Delmas to be a physical presence. He comes in, but Cortland Finnegan, the cornerback that they also brought in, you can see he's the first one to come up and make initial contact, and Finnegan right there to try and finish off the play. Delmas, they're both aggressive. Not only are they good in coverage, but both of those defenders are good against the run as well.
Pickup of 4 makes it 2nd and 6 as Brady spreads the field. Quick pass again, this one complete across the 45, and spinning down at about the 48-yard line is Shane Vereen, with Will Davis making the tackle.
Well, and it's an interesting matchup. You put Will Davis, your nickel cornerback, on a running back out in space. A lot of times you'll shift a linebacker out there. You can tell from a defensive standpoint, the Dolphins are concerned. A lot of times the Patriots will spread you out and then try running the ball inside if you expand your linebackers out. That time they're trying to match up Brain on the outside with a corner.
This rushing offense was considerable. Here's Edelman again. First down and more into Dolphin territory and out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. 17-yard pickup and another Patriot first down.
When you can see Julian Edelman get up and he's jawing a little bit because he thinks Ellerbe hits him late out of bounds. You'd like to see, a lot of times you'd like to see your runner have some patience and let the block set up, and Edelman decided, I'm not waiting for Hooman to set up that block. I'm just going to run right by them all.
First down at the 34. Brady got rid of it. Ridley looking for blocking. Lost his helmet, held on to the football. Down at about the 31. So the Patriots on a march from their own 20, now down to the Miami 31-yard line.
You see the play fake. They just ran the play with the around to Edelman the previous play. This time they faked the dive, they faked the around, and then they dump off the screen. You can see Brady was under pressure right away. The Dolphins defensively weren't falling for it.
With Vereen in the backfield, once again Gronkowski on the field for the Patriots on 2nd and 7. Brady got rid of it, and a penalty marker is thrown in the secondary, and Rob Gronkowski claps his hands.
Well, it's going to be Ellerbe for pulling Gronkowski down. He's trying to run a dig route, and that's where Brady is looking initially. He's trying to get...
Holding, number 59, defense. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Watch as Gronkowski releases. He goes up. He tries to make that inside move. Ellerbe doesn't look like he's intending to do that, but he trips at the top of that cut, falls right into Gronkowski's legs. Gets the flag call. That's a point of emphasis they've had all preseason long. We talked with Bill Belichick yesterday about the number of flags in the preseason, and we'll just say he wasn't real happy with the decision.
He didn't want to talk about it. First down, just short of the 25-yard line. They give it to Vereen. And Vereen brought down at about the 24. Yeah, point of emphasis is putting it lightly. Everybody up in arms about the number of flags that were flying in the preseason.
The illegal contact and the holding was something that was called quite a bit, and you can see that bottom one, that illegal hands to the face. That's an important one for the linemen, because in years past you could get a hand to the face, but as long as you took it off quickly, they weren't going to call it. Now if there's any contact with the helmet of the defensive lineman, they'll throw that flag.
2nd and 9. Quick pass. Brady hits Gronkowski on the near side of the field, fights his way to the 15-yard line, very close to another first down. Louis Delmas with the stop.
We've seen him match up Gronkowski a couple different ways. This time with Delmas, he comes up and tries to make the tackle, and as good as Delmas is in the open field at making tackles, we mentioned that with Gronkowski, his size and his strength, being able to bull his way for the first down.
It is a New England first down, so it's first down New England at the Miami 15. Ninth play of this drive. Red zone is where Gronkowski gets even more dangerous. Brady inside the 10-yard line, and that is complete to Edelman. A season ago, Julian Edelman, 105 catches for more than 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns.
It's pretty obvious that Tom Brady, as they go to a quick snap here.
Ridley. And did not catch the Dolphin defense by surprise.
A lot of times when they go to that, they're trying to catch a personnel change where they can get somebody running on and off the field, but the Dolphins weren't changing personnel. They were able to get lined up, and they weren't caught off guard.
How many times did you say yesterday in our meetings that it's all about the matchups?
It is. It's about finding those matchups. And Brady on the first series, that 3 and out on the first series from that first incompletions, he's now 7 for 7 on this drive.
On 3rd and 1, Vereen inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, and that'll be a 1st and goal for New England.
It's interesting. We talked in the open about losing Logan Mankins, and at that left guard position, that's where you continually counted on them to run to try and pick up the first downs. Now with Mankins gone, they still ran to the left side of the line, having great confidence to get that push on that side.
Gronkowski in on 1st and goal. And this is Edelman in motion coming across the field. Back to Vereen. To about the 2.
This is a lot of times after you get that run on first down, you get close to the goal line, you can get a play action pass, try and get a quick snap here. Probably going to be a run play.
6.5-minute drive. Once again, Vereen to the end zone for the touchdown.
As a defense, if you see the offense hurry up to the line of scrimmage, you're generally coming back with a quick run because you're trying to catch the defense off guard. It's too hard to get everybody on the same page if you get to a pass.
Looks like good work up front by that offensive line of New England.
Yeah, Marcus Cannon actually was in at left guard on that series. Did a nice job of pushing the pile and giving a cutback lane for Shane Vereen to get in the end zone.
Steven Gostkowski, #1 scorer in the NFL the last 2 seasons. And his extra point is perfect. About a 7-minute drive engineered by Tom Brady. Pulls the Patriots even. 5:10 to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 7.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. Verizon, more live games than ever before with NFL Mobile. And by the Lincoln Motor Company and the first ever MKC.
On that New England drive, Tom Brady, a perfect 6 for 6 throwing the football, a 6.5-minute time of possession, and Shane Vereen capped it with a 2-yard touchdown run, and we're even at 7 as the Patriots get set to kick it away.
Well, it's not shocking to see them come out and respond that way with the negative play, the negative first series, and then the block punt, as you mentioned. That's the first time that's happened in several years.
Jarvis Landry and Damian Williams are deep. This is Landry, the rookie, on the run. Out across the 20 to about the 22 and brought down at the 23-yard line. Tavon Wilson making the tackle. Ryan Tannehill in the offense. Back to work after this. Hey, the premiere of Thursday Night Football on CBS and the NFL Network kicks off this Thursday when Pittsburgh meets Baltimore in an AFC North showdown. Football starts here, and what a way to start it with two of the great throwing arms around the National Football League. Two guys who could put it through a brick wall.
You talk about arm strength. These are two of the guys that jump out just because not only are they thrown in the elements where they play, but their ability to push the ball down the field.
No Sean Moreno in the backfield. Gets the handoff and straight ahead. Out across the 25 to the 27. Let's take a quick look at the Patriots defense. The D-line getting big Vince Wilfork back. The four-time Pro Bowler missed 14 games with a torn Achilles last season. The linebackers get Gerard Mayo back. The 7-year vet out of Tennessee missed the last 12 games and the playoffs. And the secondary gets one of the league's premier cover corners with the free agent signing of Darrelle Revis. Pick up a 5 for Moreno at 2nd and 5. And once again, Moreno, right side, gets a first down and then some. Across the 30 and out to the 33. Joe Villano, who got an opportunity to play last year with all the injuries up front to the New England Patriots, and has earned himself this season a starting job at defensive tackle.
Well, that's going to be an important part. We mentioned at the beginning about all the injuries that they were dealing with on both sides of the ball. With those injuries, you gain experience. Villano's one of those guys that took advantage of those opportunities, getting that experience, and that's just going to make not only their starting unit better, but make them deeper on both sides of the ball.
3:50 to play in the first quarter. New set of downs for Tannehill and the Dolphins. Lamar Miller back, and Tannehill doesn't like what he sees and uses his first timeout. It looks like time was running down on him on the play clock. So we'll take a timeout. Tied at 7 here in the first quarter.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. And by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
So on 1st and 10, Tannehill. And the Dolphins at their own 34. And Tannehill over the middle. That's complete. We're behind. Wallace lost the football on the ground at the 35 and covered by New England. Gerard Mayo with the recovery. Wallace had to reach behind him, made the catch, but then lost it at contact.
Well, that's something as a quarterback you continually talk about. Everybody wants to talk about completion percentage, but you really need to talk about accuracy within those completion percentage. Do you put the ball in a location to where your receiver, you hear that ball pop out on that big hit, do you put the ball in position to where the receiver can have success after he catches the ball? Put it in position to turn upfield, and that time there, Wallace had his body turned around, and he wasn't ready for the big blow.
So after the turnover, Brady under pressure, looking to get rid of it, and he did get rid of it. Incomplete. Olivier Vernon had a hold of him and couldn't bring him down.
And the Dolphins sideline is going crazy because a lot of times with quarterbacks you'll call in the grasp, especially with someone that has the mobility of Brady. Generally you try and protect it. There's been a lot of argument as to what point do you protect the quarterbacks, and that time there the Dolphins were looking for something much more a quicker whistle.
We have a Dolphin down at his own 12-yard line, and that is Donnell Ellerbe, the starting linebacker. So they will tend to number 59, and we'll take a timeout with 3:32 to play in the first quarter. Welcome back on 2nd and 10. All of a sudden, Miami is losing linebackers at a rapid random rate. Ellerbe is out. Koamisi is out. Quick pass to the sideline, and that is complete to Kenbrell Tompkins. Jason Trusnick is now in along with Jelani Jenkins, and the Dolphins are now going with 2 linebackers as they work on Donnell Ellerbe on the sideline and 5 DBs.
On 3rd and short, the Patriots bring in their big formation, extra linemen to be tight ends. See if losing all those linebackers has an impact.
On 3rd and 1, Ridley turning the corner, looking for the first down, and he got it. Stephen Ridley, author of 7 rushing touchdowns a season ago.
but really does a nice job with his vision, bouncing that to the outside. There wasn't, at the point of attack, there wasn't anything there, no crease for him to go, and he continues to bounce it and rip through a tackle and was able to pick up that first down.
New set of downs. Gronkowski back on the field. The Patriots from the Miami 24. Brady incomplete inside the 10. Gronkowski the target, double covered inside the 10-yard line. He draws a crowd, doesn't he?
You know, he does. And what he's trying to do is he's forcing the situation to Gronkowski. They're sitting on it. They have a corner trailing in him, a safety over the top. Delmas comes driving up on the ball, and you know, Tom doesn't get locked in on guys very often. He talked to us yesterday about how he likes to spread it out and find the best matchup, just hit the open guy. And that time there, he really tried forcing it to Gronkowski in that double coverage.
2nd and 10. Brady, quick pass. Vereen out of the backfield inside the 20. Are they going to mark him down at the 20-yard line? They pick up the 4. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Well, that's one of those speed screens where you have your wide receivers go ahead and get initial contact, and you tell your running back on the swing route, you got to gain some depth because we're actually going to make this a run by throwing it backwards. You didn't want to be offensive pass interference by having them locked in. You just find that's a little way to trick them with just where the location of the throw is and get upfield.
3rd and 6 and a lot of receivers to the top of the screen. Edelman now in motion to the bottom. Brady, penalty marker thrown. He goes to the end zone, incomplete. Let's check the flag in the backfield. As we said, Walt Anderson, our referee today.
Personal foul, face mask, number 62 for the offense. The penalty of decline, correction. The penalty will be enforced, 15 yards, still 3rd down.
Ryan Wendell is the center and guilty of that foul.
Right here you can see, grabs a hold of the face mask. Brady does a nice job of throwing it away. It's not open downfield. I mean, it's interesting here that the Dolphins decide to accept the penalty. It would have been 4th and 5, forcing New England to go for a field goal. Now by taking the penalty, maybe the thinking is that they can get him out of field goal range. I don't know about giving Tom Brady another shot to pick up this first down though.
Quick pass, far side, Edelman dancing inside the 30 and brought to a stop there.
It obviously works out for the Dolphins there. They're able to push them back. It would have been, that's an extra 9 yards added to this field goal attempt.
So Stephen Gostkowski will come on for the field goal. A 93% field goal kicker last year.
Well, and that's the thing. Gostkowski, even if you move him back 15 yards, where if they didn't pick up another down, he was still in field goal range. 53-yard field goal is definitely in his range. So giving Brady another chance to pick it up. Gutsy call, but they stopped him.
This one's from 47 yards out. The kick on its way. And good. So Gostkowski hits from 47 yards out, and the Patriots with their first lead of the day, 10-7. 47 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. New England with a 10-7 lead on the Miami Dolphins. The Big Bang Theory, time traveling to a new night with back-to-back episodes. Don't miss Emmy winner Jim Parsons as the new season begins Monday, September the 22nd, only CBS. So we were talking during the commercial break about the decision that the Miami Dolphins made to accept that penalty. You would have preferred to give the Patriots the chip shot field goal rather than risk them making a longer first down.
I would have, just because Gostkowski, his leg, and he, you know, if they move him back, it's still a 53-yarder, and that's something that he's very comfortable with, kicking that distance. But what it does do, and we talked about this, is it shows confidence in your defense that you're going to be able to get pressure and you know, potentially even move them back further.
But what a great job by the defense. First off, coming off of that Mike Wallace fumble and, giving them field position, New England field position. New England had just the previous series had driven down the field, gotten a touchdown, and now all of a sudden they've got a short field. Great reaction. You talk about that all the time in practice. Quick change. How do teams react to quick change? Miami's defense reacted very well to that quick change.
We're going to have to see how Miami's defense adjusts to the loss of a couple of linebackers. Low kick, bouncing at the 10, fielded on the run by the rookie Landry. Landry to the 20, across to the 25-yard line. Devin McCourty making the stop, and that's where Tannehill and the offense will start at the 25-yard line. A reminder coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Bill Cowell will have the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a special preview of the debut of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. That'll be coming up on the Verizon halftime report. And there is Donnell Ellerby. We are told he has a hip injury, and his return at this point is questionable. Nisi with an ankle problem, and there's a screen for Lamar Miller. Miller on the move across the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
Nice job by Ryan Tannehill. You can see with his eyes, he fakes over to Mike Wallace on a swing, and then he dumps off the screen, trying to get the flow of the defense. Good discipline by the backside of the New England defense to stay at home and prevent that from being an even bigger play.
2nd and 5. How important is it for Ryan Tannehill to establish a downfield Mike Wallace?
Well, and that's what we're hoping to see here. That's what the Miami fans want to see, and for Tannehill's game to go to that next step, that's what he has to do, and we may get one right here.
Tannehill throwing, and that's complete across midfield to number 11, Mike Wallace, for a first down. Looked like he had one man deep, and Mike Wallace coming across underneath. He completes it, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. 10-7 New England. We're back right after this. Welcome back to Sun Life Stadium. We switch ends of the field. The Dolphins now moving right to left on your screen. First down at the New England 47. Tannehill throwing cross side. Wallace. Let's go back to that play that ended the first quarter. You had some questions about it.
Well, I talked to you about completion percentage and also accuracy, and this is a nice job that fans get going. It's a nice big chunk of yards, but look here, he throws it behind Wallace, who makes a great catch. If he leads him and puts it in front of him, not only is Wallace able to keep stride, but he can get to that far sideline of the Patriots and maybe pick up another 10 or 15 yards, and who knows, if you cut back, you can get an even bigger chunk.
And he's the fastest guy on the team.
That's right.
This is Lamar Miller. Inside the 40 to about the 38, where Jamie Collins makes the stop. So it's 3rd and short yardage. And Tannehill, a perfect 6 for 6 so far for 43 yards.
I'd say that's a good adjustment to new offensive coordinator Bill Lazor, but you see it's only 43 yards in those 6 completions, and they're looking for bigger chunks. They've done a lot of stuff behind the line of scrimmage and quick throws. They were able to get upfield one time, but as this game goes on, you're going to need more of it.
Miller. And looks like second effort got the first down. You know, it's one thing to say move the pile. It's another thing when you got guys like Big Silver Salinga in there, 6'9", 325 pounds.
Yeah, and when you got an entirely new offensive line, right guard Shelley Smith coming over as a free agent from St. Louis, and, you draft Juwan James, and that's where they ran. They ran right behind those two guys to pick up the first down.
Down the middle, it is intercepted inside the 10-yard line. Picked off by Alfonso Dennard. So this Miami drive comes to a halt deep in New England territory. The Patriots take over. Last two possessions, Miami has turned it over on a fumble and now on an interception. And Brady and company have the ball at their own 6-yard line with a 3-point lead and 12:56 to play in the first half. Shane Vereen behind Brady on first down. Brady, this side of the field, incomplete, intended for Gronkowski. Let's go back to that pick, Frank.
Well, I just got through talking about accuracy, and right here he's watching Mayo coming around as Clay's coming out of the backfield. That's where he wants to go with the initial throw, so his eyes take him over there. But as he comes back to the backside, he's got Wallace for a touchdown. Accuracy down the field, and that's right now. That's what's causing, go back to Wallace's fumble. That was behind him. He wasn't able to secure the ball. That time there, underthrowing Wallace. That's going to be a big thing for Ryan Tannehill to work on, is not just getting completions, but making accurate throws.
2nd and 10. Brady, quick pop, incomplete, intended for Vereen out of the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Nice job by Wade getting pressure in the backfield, just coming off the edge. That's a pretty quick drop by Tom Brady trying to get it off. You can see he just comes through. Nobody even looks at him. That's just a free release.
Did you see Walt Anderson help Tom Brady off the ground? Have you ever had a referee help you off the turf?
No, not very often. Not very often. If ever, that's for sure. Brady was probably like, why of all the people on the defensive line you need to block is Cameron Wade.
3rd and 10. Green cuts it back across the 15, out to the 17, and enough for a first down.
You know, it's a little bit of a conservative call. You can think the Patriots, hey, we just want to get a few yards to give our punter some room so he's not kicking out of the back of the end zone. But instead, Tompkins goes out. He's able to get outside, but Tompkins there with a great block on the corner, giving Vereen the ability to cut back in and get that first down.
This Patriot running game is the number 9 ranked rushing offense in the league last year, 129 yards a game. Ridley, right side, to about the 20.
We talk about the Dolphins and their lack of taking big shots up the field. So far, the Patriots have yet to take a shot up the field. Most of their throws have been 15 yards or less. It's a lot of the underneath stuff. So don't be shocked if Tom Brady, they've established a little bit of a run here these last few plays to get a play-action pass and try and take one over the top. If anything, just to loosen up the defense, because right now, Delmas is coming down in that box, and he's bringing a presence to try and help with the run game.
3 backup linebackers in the game now for the Miami defense. Ridley and Devin in the backfield, and Brady going to go deep. Edelman. Penalty marker is down. Edelman with the catch at about the 35-yard line. What were you saying about going long?
Hey, I said that couldn't have timed out any better. Yeah, Tom came off the play fake. Good job with the play fake, getting everybody to bite in. But what nice anticipate. Did you see the way he anticipated that throw? How much air he put on the throw?
Illegal contact, number 24, defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is completed pass, first down.
That's Cortland Finnegan, number 24, the cornerback with the illegal contact.
And Edelman gets over the top of Finnegan. You can see there it's a little bump. A year ago, that's not going to be called, but with the emphasis this year, that's going to be called, but down the field.
Ridley in the backfield, first down, New England at the Miami 35. Brady. For Edelman. Incomplete. Let's check in with Evan downstairs. Evan.
Came out of the locker room, they worked with trainers and doctors for a while on that midfoot, putting weight on it, trying to be explosive. He remains questionable. That's the official word for the Dolphins sideline, but he doesn't have his helmet. And again, he looked very uncomfortable working with trainers on that hip flexor. If I hear anything more, I'll let you guys know.
All right, Evan, so with Donnell Ellerby down and Cole Misi down with a sore ankle right now. The linebackers are Jonathan Freeney, Jason Trusnick, and Jelani Jenkins. Brady for Brandon Bolden. And he's brought down at about the 31. Brent Grimes coming up from his cornerback position, combining with Jenkins for the tackle.
Well, not only you talk about the injuries the Dolphins have at linebacker, so not only does it have an impact on the defense, but it's going to have an impact in special teams, because generally your backup linebackers are your main special team players. So now all of a sudden you're putting a guy out there for added snaps. As this game progresses and as this heat continues to pick up, that'll be something to watch, especially in the second half.
8th play of this 63-yard drive. Brady to Edelman. Edelman to the 20. And that's another Patriot first down.
Coming from the right side of your screen, you can see Edelman is so good at those inside routes, and what draws the defense in, Rob Gronkowski lined up at tight end. He's just doing a crossing route. As soon as that middle linebacker chases Gronkowski across the field, it leaves a huge window for Edelman to work into.
The give is to Ridley. And Ridley breaking through inside the 10 to the 9. And looks like that'll be a first and goal.
Well, not to continually harp on it, because it's something that the Dolphins are going to have to deal with, is the injury to the linebackers, and you get to that second level. These guys haven't had the same number of reps.
And here's Brady in the hurry up again. Quick pass to the near side. That's complete to Tompkins. Tompkins to about the 6. Boy, the Patriots now dictating the pace of this game.
They've definitely changed the tempo of this, considering that this drive started down about on their own 5-yard line.
Well, Julian Edelman, he has accounted for 86 yards of offense so far. 75 on receiving, and the rest of it running the football. Second and goal.
Gronkowski going out wide here, lined up one-on-one with Grimes. That's a huge size matchup.
Brady looking left. Now throwing end zone. Touchdown, Gronkowski. Came all the way across from the near side, and Brady found him for the touchdown.
As soon as Gronkowski splits out wide and you see Brent Grimes matched up on him, I thought they were going to run a fade here and just run a jump ball. He goes on a slant, just works his way all the way across the field. Great job in protection by the offensive line. For Gronkowski to get all the way across the field, Tom had a lot of time to be able to work that.
Gronkowski crossing the field. Nobody picked him up coming over and left him wide open.
And not to harp on it, but once again, that could be a linebacker thing. Those guys haven't gotten the reps during the week in a zone coverage to pass that off.
11 plays, 94 yards. Gronkowski with the touchdown catch. New England with 10 points off turnovers. And the Patriots in charge.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. McDonald's, official sponsor of the NFL. I'm loving it. And by the all-new 2015 Acura TLX. It's that kind of thrill.
Welcome back to South Florida. A little pitch and catch down here in the red zone, and Rob Gronkowski has the touchdown. And I'd say that the Patriots are dominating a little bit on offense, wouldn't you?
Yeah, their offense is moving really well, and the Dolphins haven't been able to adjust to the injuries they've sustained at their linebacker core. And they haven't been able to overcome the turnovers either. You look at the interception and the fumble, that's where 10 of New England's points have come off of.
Jarvis Landry not going to be able to return this one. Gostowski kicks it through the end zone. And the Dolphins will start at their own 20-yard line. Ryan Tannehill trying to find a little momentum for the Miami offense. They're down 17-7. And remember, at halftime, the Verizon Halftime Report, JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and the coach will have scores and highlights and a special preview of the debut of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network coming up at halftime on the Verizon Halftime Report. Ryan Tannehill trying to get something started here for the Miami offense. Moreno breaking free across the 30 to the 35-yard line on a first down. I was asking you, Trent, if we had seen any signs yet of this new speed-based offense.
And right as you say it, they're going to no huddle. They're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. We've heard all about it coming into today, and we're finally going to see it.
Tannehill throwing. That's complete to the tight end, Deion Sims, and Sims out of bounds across the 40 at about the 43. Let's go back to that touchdown.
I want you to see Gronkowski down here. He's going to run a slant, but keep your eye on Jason Trusnick, the linebacker. He's the floater in the middle. Even though Grimes is in man-to-man coverage, Trusnick has got to be able to find that and give him some help.
Moreno has the first down across the 45-yard line. And he stood up at about the 47. Dante Hightower, the main tackler, as you look at Rob Gronkowski. Had to get a kick out of the way the Patriots do things. Rob Gronkowski on Monday said he's ready to play. Coach Bill Belichick said, we'll see about that. Tannehill throwing off the hands of the intended receiver, Jarvis Landry, the rookie out of LSU. That should have been a catch.
Well, and going back to Gronkowski, Belichick says he may be ready to play, but I haven't decided whether he is or not. So that's great that he's excited about it. The Dolphins continuing with this hurry up. It's important here for Ryan Tannehill to get something going this drive just to get the confidence going.
This is Miller. Miller running room right side. Lost the football. Picked up by the Patriots. Darrelle Revis.
I'm going to be honest with you, Greg. I was more mesmerized with how high his shoe went in the air. Watch at the end of this run.
Flying.
I didn't see the ball come out. I just saw his shoe go about 40 feet in the air.
His shoe landed about 15 yards downfield.
And once again, the Miami offense putting their defense in a tough spot. You can see the excitement and enthusiasm that New England's having right now, and they're giving their offense great field position once again.
Number 26, Logan Ryan, made the hit, so Brady takes over now at the 34-yard line. You cannot turn the ball over as much as Miami has here in the first half. Randy Starks batted that one down, incomplete.
Well, and after starting off so promising, getting the 3 and out on defense, getting the block punt, giving their offense good field position, then ultimately the offense getting the ball in the end zone and jumping up early. But then, as you said, Greg, 3 straight possessions with turnovers, and this isn't a team, a New England team, a New England offense that you want to give them that many breaks.
I wonder what Joe Philbin talks about at halftime.
He's gonna be a little hot.
2nd and 10. And this is Brandon Bolden, and Bolden going to lose yardage on the play. Good charge by the defensive line, and Jelani Jenkins on the tackle. They're going to say no gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 10. Green in the backfield with Brady. Brady steps up, throws to no one in particular over the middle.
I almost believed they were on the wrong page, and as Tom was stepping into that throw, he just made a late adjustment and yanked it in the ground because he saw the receiver break out instead of breaking in. Nice stop, quick change for the Miami defense, being put in a hole once again after a 3rd straight Miami turnover on offense. And nice stop getting them 3 and out and getting the ball back.
Here's Ryan Allen, who had a punt blocked earlier, first series of the game. Jarvis Landry is deep. High, not very deep. Fair catch called for and made at the 25-yard line. 6 minutes, 24 seconds to play here in the first half. And Miami with their hands on the ball on offense once more.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Pump up your savings with a discount double check today. And by Microsoft. Introducing Cortana, your new personal assistant.
A shot of Trent Green's private yacht pulling into the harbor here in South Florida.
They don't have a whole lot of yachts in Kansas City. That'd be nice, though.
So here's Tannehill. Going to give it to Moreno. And not much there, maybe a couple. And on that last carry in which Lamar Miller fumbled, his foot, the shoe just flipped forward. There it is.
That tells you how high the shoe went. He was tackled, the ball came loose, they fumbled it, they're jumping up celebrating before the shoe even hits the ground.
When you need to fair catch a shoe. 2nd and 8. Tannehill, play fake, throwing. Got his man across the 30 to the 35-yard line. That's Harold Hoskins, rookie free agent tight end out of Marshall.
And I know I just said it on the last drive about the importance of this for Ryan Tannehill, the importance of this for the Miami offense. Fortunately, the Miami defense
into the ground. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So we had a penalty after Tannehill got rid of the football. Roughing the passer on Dante Hightower.
Well, it's interesting. Walt said took him with force to the ground, and that's another thing. It's one thing to hit the quarterback legally, but if you hit him legally and then you see how he's able to put his weight and drive him into the ground, that was a point of emphasis a couple of years ago. Once again, one of those things trying to protect the quarterbacks, but the importance of this drive for Ryan Tannehill on this offense, just to get something positive going into the half.
They're already out to the midfield now with 5.5 to play. Little pitch to Clay. Clay outside and out of bounds. That'll be about a 2 or 3 yard pickup. Charles Clay's an interesting guy. They've found out the last year or two that he can make some plays.
Well, he was an important part of the passing game a year ago, but you have to remember going back to that December game against New England. New England held him to 1 catch for 6 yards. They did a good job of locking him down. Now Hartline was able to have a big day, and Wallace was able to have a big day, but you're taking away one of his main weapons, and that's why it's important for Tannehill to be able to spread the ball around, which he's done today.
This is Moreno. Just inside the 45 to the 44 as we hit the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. 17-7 New England. Miami got off to the best start that head coach Joe Philbin could possibly expect. A blocked punt, a touchdown pass for Tannehill. But turnovers have hurt the Dolphins since then. 3rd and 4. Tannehill throwing this side, complete. And that is Hartline for a first down. $11-yard pickup.
Well, that's a decisive throw by Ryan Tannehill, making a decision, getting the ball out of his hands. Don't go through a bunch of confusing stuff with your feet and your eyes and delaying your decision. Go ahead and make your decision, make an accurate throw, and let your receiver have a chance to pick up some yards.
Brian Hartline, 76 catches, led the Dolphins a year ago, along with his 1,016 yards. Tannehill on the move and throwing, and has a man open in the end zone. Out of the end zone. Mike Wallace couldn't keep it in.
And this time the Dolphins deciding Mike Wallace here one-on-one with Revis, gives him a double move at the top. You can see Revis at first he initially tries to put that arm bar out to bump him. That second foot not able to get down. Good call by the Dolphins, knowing that Revis is going to be an aggressive corner, making that double move and getting your speedy guy down the sideline.
Boy, he really got a good cornerback to bite. The pitch for Moreno, right side, got blocking. and to about the 26-yard line.
And Greg, going back to that last throw, really that's on Vince Wilfork. He was able to get pressure in. Tannehill was trying to set up, and if you set up, that's a lot more accurate throw. Instead of it, he's on the run, and so as his momentum is taking him towards the sideline, that ball drifts towards the sideline and goes out of bounds. But nice job by Wilfork getting pressure.
There is Darrelle Revis. His matchup with Mike Wallace. Action on the front, on the offensive line, defensive line. Let's see who jumped.
Neutral zone infraction, number 74, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's Dominique Easley, the first-round draft pick out of Florida. So that's a first down.
Well, just when they needed it most, the Dolphins here put together a nice drive. They've been helped by a couple of penalties, the roughing the quarterback and the offsides right there to give them the first down. But this is what they needed to get this thing going.
No Sean Marino, and this time he's dragged down by Wilfork from behind.
And you can't say it enough about Vince Wilfork and what he's able to do. Look at the size of him and his quick feet to be able to get into the backfield, chase the running back down from behind. I know the running back's going to make a cutback, but still, you got a guy that big. He was a piece that was greatly missed a year ago, not only in stuffing the middle, but we saw in the long pass play to Wallace, he's able to get back and put pressure on the quarterback because of those quick feet.
Second and 9, Tannehill on the move. Minkovich chasing, sideline pass, incomplete. Intended for Hartline, covered by the rookie free agent Malcolm Butler.
What the Dolphin fans are going crazy about is look at this. Right when the ball comes in, you can see Butler gets him up around the neck. Before the ball gets there, he has that hand around the neck and is twisting the body. A lot of times the officials are looking for the offhand, and they clearly missed it there.
3rd and 9. Tannehill throwing and popped up into the air, incomplete, just out of the reach of Mike Wallace, and Darrelle Revis was in on that play.
Tannehill trying to squeeze that into a tight window. First, it was nearly tipped earlier by a linebacker underneath coverage. And then as Revis is undercutting it, gets a hand on it.
Here's Caleb Sturgis from 38 yards out. And he got it. So we hit the 2-minute warning with 3 points on the board for the Miami Dolphins. Boy, do they need that. 17-10 New England. As we welcome you back, I want you to know aerial coverage of today's game is being provided by MetLife. Nice view. What a nice day. I thought Bill Belichick was his usual self. They asked him about coming down here and playing in the heat and the humidity. Basically, Bill said, you know, we've been training all through July and August. That's not going to be new.
But they did do something different, though. They came down on Friday instead of Saturday, so good an adjustment.
This is Patrick Chung going to run it out of the end zone. To the 15, across the 20, and across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. A reminder for all the outsiders, misfits, and true originals, CBS presents a new series that's pure genius, inspired by a true story. Scorpion premieres Monday, September the 22nd only. CBS. So Brady with 1:53 on the clock and all 3 of his timeouts available. Going to start it on the ground. even Ridley, and Ridley going nowhere. About the first half for number 87.
Well, just his presence on the field, you see his big body. Tried to get him the ball early. They double covered him with linebacker and safety over the top. Then, hey, let's get the ball in his hands out in space. This time Grimes just not able to stay with him as he's working all the way across the end zone. Trying to create some matchup problems, but I'm sure for him it's just nice to be on the field again.
Brady going deep, overthrows everybody. And we have a penalty marker middle of the field at about the 43. What do you think?
12 players, defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Boy, the Miami Dolphins just continuing to shoot themselves in the foot here in the first half.
Yeah, and it's, you know, you get a big stop on first down, you hold them to a short run gain, and then you get the incomplete on second, get them in third and long, you have a chance to get the ball back before the half, and now all of a sudden you've created a shorter situation to New England trying to convert.
2nd and 3, play fake, Brady over the middle, wide open, Edelman across midfield, and into Miami territory for the first down.
You know, it was a pleasant surprise for New England a year ago. The emergence of Edelman has really been known as a punt returner, and then last year with the injuries, he all of a sudden has over 100 receptions. Now he's a huge part of this offense. Amendola has yet to even catch a ball today, and he was a big free agent signing a year ago.
Brady, throw, complete. Short of the 40-yard line is Vereen. Clock continues to move, 45 seconds, and now timeout is called. So with 46 seconds to play, the Dolphins looking for a way to stop Tom Brady.
Well, the important part to remember is number one, you're at the 41-yard line, so you're not far from a field goal attempt. So you've still got use of the whole field. So as much as you would like to take a shot down the field, you want to get into the end zone, you can still utilize the middle of the field because you have those 2 timeouts and you have enough time to run up and spike the ball if you'd like.
And we've seen Brady starting to stretch the field a little bit, and that's for the overall good of the offense too. It'll loosen things up in the intermediate range.
Well, and if you notice the long incompletion on second down where they got called for the penalty of too many men on the field, what they come back with? They ran with a running play, and then the next play, Edelman went on a post route, but then he cut it off on a dig route, wide open in the middle of the field, because just by stretching the field, you suddenly create some lanes underneath, and that's where they can take advantage of it.
2nd and 5. Brady. And there is Danny Amendola for his first catch of the day. And timeout is called as he gets the first down inside the Miami 35.
Well, now your focus as a Miami defense is initially it goes from, okay, we're not going to let them score at all. But then once you get big chunks of yardage and you're down the field, now that you're like, okay, now we've got to keep them to a distance of a long field goal attempt. You don't want to give up the touchdown. You know Brady still has the ability to work the middle of the field because of the timeouts, but you just don't want to give up the big touchdown and attempt to hold him to a longer field goal.
So as a defender, you're trying to figure out how much to give him.
Yes. It's almost like a 3rd and long. You want to back up, rally, and come up and make the tackle. Here, you definitely don't want to bite on that double move because they're going to try and double move you. See if you're going to be crazy enough to jump on an underneath or do a double route with an underneath route and one over the top to see if the safety is going to be aggressive in the middle of the field. So you just don't want to do that if you're the Dolphins. Give them something over the top.
New England with 1 timeout remaining, 42 seconds on the clock. Brady, sideline, complete. Vereen. And out of bounds at about the 32. How about Tom Brady walking into our meeting last night with just a full beard? We got a penalty marker down.
10-yard penalty, still first down.
And it goes against New England.
Oh, and it was funny to hear him say that the lineman wanted him to keep the beard, because I asked him, I said, now, are you going to keep this thing and make that, that over the top, 3-4 months from now, it's just going to be this overgrown beard you've got going? And he said, well, my wife doesn't want that, but the offensive linemen do want it.
So I think we know which way that's going.
We'll see how that goes here shortly, right?
Was it yesterday National Beard Day or something?
I don't keep a beard, so I don't know.
First and 20. Brady got his man over the middle. That's Gronkowski. Pressure on the outside, and Brady moves right up the middle.
Nice job by Gronkowski. He's there matched up on Jenkins. He's able to get separation.
Down the far sideline. Incomplete. Pass intended for Brandon LaFell, the fifth-year wideout from LSU, covered by Will Davis. So that leaves 15 seconds on the clock as Brady looks at a 3rd and 3.
Well, 3rd and 3, you still want to try and attack down the field. You know, if you're Miami, you just don't want to let them into the end zone. But with New England still having that one timeout, that's a huge thing right here, because you can take a chunk down to the 10-yard line. If you get that timeout quickly, you can throw a fade up into the end zone, give yourself one shot to the end zone before trying to attempt the field goal.
He doesn't have to go to the sideline.
Correct. He has the middle of the field to utilize. Use that timeout quickly. Have one shot to the end zone before you attempt the field goal.
3rd and 3. We'll see where Brady goes with it.
They're going to drop out into coverage. There's no way they're going to blitz and leave people one-on-one across the field.
Brady going back to the same play as before, and a penalty marker flies. Kenbrell Tompkins, the intended receiver, covered by Jimmy Wilson. This is going to go against New England.
That's still a huge risk. You're going one-on-one across the board. You have a safety in the middle of the field. You're going one-on-one with all the receivers. All you want to try and do is keep them out of the end zone.
Pass interference, number 85, offense. The penalty of decline is 4th down.
On the top of the screen, you can see he must have given him an arm bar that we can't see there. You really can't see it from that angle, but he beats him on the route. He must have just called him with a push-off on Will Davis, but
a little ever so slightly, but
with all the attention placed on the defense and the arm bars and the hand chucks after 5 yards and the defensive holding, you know, the defensive guys were, what about offensive pass interference? Because the offensive players get away with a lot of stuff, and the officials are like, well, that's not a point of emphasis this year, so we'll see if it's called. But fortunately for the Dolphins, it was called on that one, and they must have caught Tompkins extending that arm on to get separation.
You know, we talked about this with New England safety Devin McCourty last night, and defensive backs, you kind of get the impression they just shake their heads and just say, it is what it is.
Yeah, we mentioned to him, you know, how do you make those adjustments? He's like, you know, you try and not, we know that they're going to call it. You try and keep your hands to yourself, and, you know, it's better, though. It was interesting to hear him mention it's better to go ahead and grab him than let him get over the top and get the big touchdown.
Gostkowski, 45 yards out. He was good from 47 earlier. This one on its way and looking really good. And we have a penalty marker.
Running into the kicker, number 24, defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. And if accepted, will be enough for a 1st down.
So decision time here for Bill Belichick. Cortland Finnegan guilty of the penalty.
Not enough time. Not enough time. You got to take the 3 points.
That's exactly what happened. They're going to take the 3 points and make it a 20-10 game.
Well, even with the one timeout, you can't afford to throw the ball in the middle of the field, you know, unless you tell your guy, catch the ball, slide. But all you're going to do is just move yourself closer to the end zone. If you're going to take a shot in the end zone, ultimately by the time that the ball travels there, the 6 seconds are going to be up.
Hey, I want to let you know Jim Nance hosts a Star Pack special celebrating NFL football and classic moments in primetime under the lights Wednesday on CBS. Now, you know that there are fans out there going, but you got Tom Brady. You got to give him a shot at the end zone.
Well, it's hard to take those 3 points off the board because, as I mentioned, you're throwing it from around the 20-yard line. By the time you drop back and you throw a fade, let's say you want to match up with Gronkowski in the end zone and you want to throw a jump ball to him in the end zone. He better come down. It's almost like a Hail Mary from midfield. You're a guaranteed 3 points, or if you try for the end zone, you have no points because the time will run out.
Then again, in these special emphasis days, you might get a penalty in the end zone, which gives you a shot from the 1-yard line.
You could if that's the risk you want to take, but with a 7-point lead, now all of a sudden you have a 2-possession lead going into halftime as opposed to one big play ties it up.
Not a chance that this one is going to be returned. So the Dolphins will start from the 20-yard line. You think Joe Philbin will talk about turnovers in the locker room at halftime?
That's going to be a major point of emphasis. You know, right there, an accurate throw to Mike Wallace may prevent that, but it's on his back hip. It comes out. Here it's underthrown to Mike Wallace. And then the shoe fumble, which New England's able to come up with. And as you can see, 10 points off it. Nice job. I tell you what, nice job by Miami's defense holding them to only 10 points. When you consider how the flow of this game has gone, holding no points one time and to a field goal the second time.
And with the kneel down and the snap, that'll bring us to the end of the first half. New England 20 and Miami 10. Boy, Dolphin fans wonder what it would have been like without those turnovers. Back with the Verizon halftime report after this. Back at Sun Life Stadium, let's take a look at the DirecTV Ultimate Picture Cam and in focus. Number 87, Rob Gronkowski coming across the middle and catching the pass from Tom Brady. Brady's first touchdown pass of the season, Gronkowski's first TD catch. Our DirecTV Ultimate Picture Cam as we welcome you back to Miami. Greg Gumbel along with Trent Green. You know, that first half wasn't real hard to figure out, was it? I mean, that there's a correlation about turning the ball over and winning the football game, and they're not in the same sentence.
Well, and that's the problem that Miami had. They did a nice job at the beginning, jumping up 7-0, and then they had the 3 turnovers in 3 straight possessions. Then they were able to come back and get some points before the half. But as you said, with my tactics here in the second half, Tom Brady continuing to use those targets. Edelman has put together a nice first half to have to continue that up. It'd be nice to see some balance with the run game. We just showed the highlight with Gronkowski. I think he took a bigger hit from Brady after the celebration. He had to go through the concussion protocol from Tom's right hook to the helmet. And then you stated it, Mr. Obvious here. Miami, they have to hold the football. They can't turn the ball over and give them the field position.
All right, let's check in downstairs with Evan Washburn. Evan.
Well, Greg and Trent, you're exactly right. I caught up with Joe Philbin as he headed into the locker room, and I asked him first about the linebackers, the loss of the 2, the inside Ellerbe and Misi, and he quickly shifted the focus to the turnovers. He said they're carrying the ball loose. That was the reason for the fumble. And the interceptions, wide open. You got to make that play. And he felt like the depth will be tested, but guys just need to step up.
All right, Evan, thank you. You know, that whole turnover thing, and, you know, sometimes people think you make too big a deal of it. It's the first thing coaches point to as a problem.
Or is it just a great correlation or direct correlation between the number of turnovers, the turnover ratio, how many times you're down compared to the points the other team. The thing you have to give Miami credit for, though, defensively, only gave up 10 points off of those 3 turnovers. They did a solid job.
As you look at the numbers, those 3 turnovers are glaring, and in all of 2013 last year, teams with a -3 turnover margin won just 2 out of 43 games. It's just a tough thing to overcome.
Well, the other thing to overcome is that block punt. You know, it's the very first possession. You know, New England gets stopped on 3 and out. They get the punt block, giving Miami field position. They go in and get the touchdown. So nice job by New England recovering from that.
Miami deferred. They'll get the football first here in the second half, and that one goes through and out of the end zone. So Miami will start on their own 20-yard line, and we have a penalty marker way back here at the 40-yard line.
Offside, number 19 of the kicking team. Miami has elected a 5-yard penalty and re-kick.
So they will back the Patriots up and look for a return on this one.
Well, considering that one went about 5 to 8 yards out of the back of the end zone, that means they're giving him the green light. If you catch it anywhere in the end zone, we want you bringing it out because some good things can happen. Now, obviously, some negatives can also if you get tackled inside your 20, but by making them re-kick it, it's going to be much more difficult for them to bring it out.
Well, the punt return and kick return game for the Dolphins is in the hand of the rookie from LSU, second-round draft pick Jarvis Landry, 5'11" and 202. And there's young Mr. Landry. There's the bearded Tom Brady as you look at the numbers on both quarterbacks in the first half.
Well, Tom Brady's as efficient as you would expect him to be. He started off having that first incompletion, then strung together 6 straight completions to get the first touchdown, and he's just been solid with all of his decision-making. He's laying the ball out there and letting his receivers run through it, and Tannehill struggled a little bit with his accuracies. Right there, you look at the numbers, you look at it on paper, and it looks efficient, but he's got to work a little bit on his accuracy.
This one will be returned and picked up at the 10-yard line by Damian Williams. And Williams across the 20, across the 25, out to about the 27 or 28-yard line. So this is what happened in the first half with the Miami Dolphins. After the touchdown, the fumble, the interception, and the fumble turned this game right around in the opposite direction.
Well, and the important thing for Miami was to get that late field goal. You can see after having those 3 turnovers, their defense doing a good job and holding New England to just those 10 points. But getting that field goal before the half was important for Miami just to get some confidence going offensively.
So let's see what Ryan Tannehill and this new offense here in Miami can get accomplished at the start of the second half. Field is spread. Tannehill throwing and got his man across the 40, out across the 40. Dillon breaking free across midfield is Charles Clay. That'll be a first down, tripped up just at the last moment.
And so much was made coming into this game about the up-tempo offense that Bill Lazor was going to bring. Nice job by Clay breaking through the tackle, continuing on up the field. He's one of Tannehill's main targets. He was a year ago, and they got to get back in sync. He wasn't completely involved with the offense, with the play calling in the first half, but it's nice to see that first play coming out and going right after him.
Rob Ninkovich made the saving tackle. Sean Moreno in the backfield. Moreno with the handoff to about the 45-yard line of New England.
Well, and getting back to the tempo that we anticipated from Miami, because Lazor's coming over from Philadelphia in that 1 year with Chip Kelly, we thought there would be more of an up-tempo, and so far they've done a lot more of the traditional huddle.
There is Bill Lazor calling the plays from down on the field where he feels it just helps the communication better. He also said he likes to just look at the players, look at them in their eyes, see what's happening. 2nd and 7. Deep drop for Tannehill, throwing sideline off the hands of the intended receiver, Mike Wallace. There's one that should have been pulled down.
Well, and that's going to be a hit to the head or leading with the head.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 95 defense.
That's Chandler
Contact
Jones.
with the neck of the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Oof.
Well, that was his hand up around his throat. This is a ball that Wallace has to catch. I talked in the first half numerous times about Ryan Tannehill's accuracy. Yes, he had a nice completion percentage, but his accuracy had to be better. That time, that was all on Mike Wallace. As tough a catches as he made earlier in this game, that one there, he's got to be able to bring it down.
So first down for Miami. No Sean Moreno, left side, and bulls his way close to another first down at the 20. Gerard Mayo making the tackle. You know, Chandler Jones made that hit. As fired up as he was when we spoke to him last night, it's not a surprise, is it?
No, speaking of his background and his brothers, obviously he has one brother that's in the National Football League as well, and then his other brother is
some fighter
that just goes around beating everybody up. So it was nice to hear his stories about growing up with his brothers and the way they used to get after it, and how his dad had to pad up the house just because they were beating everything up. Tables, walls, furniture, everything.
We have more penalty markers. Here's Walt Anderson.
I'll start. Number 66, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Shelley Smith guilty. There's Arthur Jones, the defensive end for the Indianapolis Colts. And there's John Bones Jones. I mean, can you imagine? It's amazing that house was still standing. He said they fought all the time.
But here's the thing. He said how much they love each other and how much they support each other. And you know, they never, even though they wrestled a lot and fought a lot around the house, but it never crossed that line.
No Sean Moreno. Moreno breaking free inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Patrick Chung making the tackle, and the ground game of the Dolphins making some inroads.
Well, and this is going to be important because, as we said, with new offensive coordinator Bill Lazor, what kind of offense is this going to be? And he said, we're about trying to score points. If it's going to be the run game one game, it's going to be the pass game the next game. It's all about finding some balance, and right now the run game is working well for the Dolphins.
Red zone football. Moreno inside the 10. This is the area where you wonder now, Trent, do you continue to go with what got you here, or do you change things up a little bit?
Well, you're going to have to, at some point in time, get into a play-action pass, utilize maybe a tight end matchup, utilize if you can get, they haven't had a whole lot of success going after Rivas. They did beat him on the double move the one time, didn't get the completion. So I wouldn't be surprised with how effective they've been with the run if you don't get some a bootleg or rollout or some type of play-action pass to push it up the field.
2nd and 5. Lamar Miller back into the backfield. Miller out of the backfield, caught it, lost his balance, went down early. Bad pass?
Being a quarterback, I feel like I'm beating up on Ryan Tannehill today. He's doing a nice job, and he's doing a good job of getting the ball to the right receivers, but just right there, if you put that ball, if it's down another 1.5 to 2 feet, and it's in front of him a little bit, he can catch it, turn up the sideline. He may be able to even dive for the pylon. He's definitely getting the first down. So, I tend to be a little bit more of a perfectionist when it comes to the accuracy that the quarterbacks are using.
3rd and 3. Tannehill throwing over the middle to nobody. Zip right past Miller. And the field goal unit will come onto the field.
Well, and they tried stacking those plays the last time. Moreno goes to the flat. That time there, he acts like he's going to go to the flat and then does a crossing route. Tannehill's expecting him to continue and put the ball right on his numbers. I'm sorry, that was Miller. It was... he sees that middle linebacker. He's like, well, I'm not going to continue in there. Sometimes, though, as a quarterback, you got to try and squeeze it in there to pick up that first down, and that's why Ryan Tannehill had something to say as they were coming off the field.
Caleb Sturgis from 24 yards out, and the field goal is good. Miami was looking for more. They settled for 3. 10:46 to play in the 3rd. Patriots by a touchdown. There is a great look for a Sunday afternoon.
that may get a little itchy, right, with the humidity and everything. So,
Van Gogh.
I'm not sure he's too worried about that, though.
Matthew Slater, Patrick Chung deep for the Patriots. And this one won't be returned as Sturgis boots it through the end zone. So it'll be Brady and company from the 20 when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. FedEx One Rate. Simple flat rate shipping with the reliability of FedEx. And by Kelley Blue Book. Find out what you should pay for your next new car at kdb.com.
Not a bad view, is it? Hey, there's Robert Kraft, Chairman and CEO of the New England Patriots, right in the center of the screen with his son Jonathan. I'd say Robert Kraft has been a fairly decent owner and has done a lot of things good since he took over ownership of the New England Patriots back in 1994. Brady to throw on first down. Pulls it down, looks the other way, and completes it to the far side to Kenbrell Tompkins. Mr. Kraft bought the team in '94, and since then, 13 divisional championships, 6 conference championships, 3 Super Bowl titles.
That's a pretty good run.
And as rabid a fan as you could ask for.
Well, it's interesting reading, getting ready for this game. when he bought the team, he felt like he was overpaying for the team, but it was like it's an opportunity to get in the National Football League, and I'd say he's reaped that investment back.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, that's worked out all right.
Brady throwing this side. Vereen breaking tackles and out of bounds at about the 35-yard line for a first down.
Nice job by Vereen avoiding that tackle. Jimmy Wilson's got to be able to wrap him up and keep him short of the sticks. Vereen does a nice job of dancing through it and picking up the first down.
This is Ridley. Word we get, by the way, from the Miami Dolphins is that Donnell Ellerby is gone for the rest of this game with a hip injury. And Koamisi, the middle linebacker, is out with an ankle injury. Philip Wheeler started this game inactive. So those are the top 3 linebackers for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, it'll be interesting to find out here the next couple days what it is that's wrong with Koamisi. They moved him to middle linebacker. They thought he would be the best fit to move inside instead of going out and trying to acquire somebody in free agency. Now all of a sudden you have all 3 of your starting linebackers are hurt.
93! Out we go!
On 2nd and 8. Brady under pressure and going down. That ball loose. There is a scramble and Miami has it. Cameron Wake with the initial hit.
This was the momentum change that Miami was looking to get. They come out, they start off the start of the half, they drive down, they get the field goal.
The ball on the ground, and Louis Delmas came up with the loose football.
Watch how quick Cameron Wake gets off the ball at the top of your screen. Manawanui tried getting to him, but with that first step, Wake was off the ball so quickly, it almost makes you believe he may have jumped off sides, but there is no flag. I don't know if Homo Manawanui thought he had some help or he thought he was going to get chipped from the back, but whatever it was, Wake was in the backfield. Brady tried stepping up. A nice job by Cameron Wake to use both arms and strip the ball out of there.
Cameron Wake with 51.5 career sacks coming into this season. It's his 6th year. No Sean Moreno in the backfield. Moreno has been doing the major running for this offense so far this afternoon.
Not only is he getting the carries, but he's running hard. His style of run, it says after first contact, you could even see there, after first contact, he continues driving his leg. He's bringing some life to this Dolphin running game. And for that matter, Lamar Miller has yet to have a carry since his fumble in the second quarter. He's been in there on some pass plays. He's been in there on some pass protection. But the running load has gone to no Sean Moreno.
Moreno, 13 carries for 80 yards. He's got it again. Left side, down to about the 22, where Gerard Mayo makes the tackle. No Sean Moreno a year ago, 10 rushing touchdowns for a pretty good Denver Broncos offense.
You can see here that it's lopsided in terms of number of catches or number of carries and number of opportunities. As I said, Miller hasn't had a carry since that fumble in the second quarter. We also go back to last year when he was with Denver, had over 200 yards against this New England defense.
224 to be exact. First down at the 21. Way back to him again. To the 15.
Just keep feeding him.
Jamie Collins on the stop. There's Cameron Wake. Moreno with a hand from the crowd as he comes to the sideline for a breather. Lamar Miller replaces him. He's fired up. Taking a breather. I would guess he'll be back in
yes, quickly, yes.
2nd and 3. Tannehill throwing. End zone. Touchdown. Mike Wallace. And he held on to this one.
That's a heck of a catch by Mike Wallace. As soon as the ball was released by Ryan Tannehill, in my head I'm thinking, uh-oh, he tried squeezing that into triple coverage. Wallace is one-on-one on the outside here on Revis, but look at this ball. He goes right in between, and what's not in the picture is the underneath coverage. So you see Collins there coming in. So Tannehill has to get that ball over Collins and get it in between Revis and the safety. It's like, as soon as that ball was, an unbelievable catch by Wallace, and good confidence by Tannehill putting it on.
That ball was bouncing around, and Wallace snatched it out of midair. The extra point is good, and the Miami Dolphins have pulled into a 20-all tie. Tannehill to Wallace. We'll take a timeout. Join the league now at cbssports.com/football. Trent, there's no doubt in your mind where the Miami offense has gotten its get up and go.
Noshawn Moreno just has this presence about him when he gets the ball in his hand, and he's just running with such tenacity right now. His legs are moving, and you can see the energy he's brought to the field, and he's brought to the stadium as well with the crowd getting back into it.
More on Noshawn Moreno. Let's check in downstairs with Evan Washburn. Evan.
Well, Greg and Trent, you're exactly right. Noshawn Moreno's intensity level is at a different level than anyone else on this Miami sideline. And we heard on Friday, we met with players, they said game day, he flips the switch and he's a different person on the field. He's given an energy and life to this Dolphins sideline with his play and his intensity.
Hey, all you got to do is flip the switch, and that's the coach's job.
That's right. Hey, and let's give a little nod to Cameron Wake also, coming off that edge and getting the ball out of Tom Brady, giving the offense the field position and letting Noshawn Moreno do his thing.
And Miami Dolphins getting in on the turnover game as Brady throws this side. Incomplete. Dolphins are looking for an offensive call. That's not coming. Cortland Finnegan defending Brandon LaFell.
Well, LaFell is climbing all over the back of Cortland Finnegan, and there is reason for that sideline to erupt the way they did. Oh, he has his arm, he has his head, he's got his back of his jersey. That's going to be one of those where the league sends an apology middle of the week. Hey, sorry we missed that one.
Defensive guys just feel they're just not getting any respect.
They all get picked off. They all get picked off.
2nd and 10. Quick pass. Amendola. A gain of about 2, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Well, you can see this energy transitioning. You know, Cameron Wake gets the fumble. Offense goes down and scores. Noshawn Moreno's getting everybody into it. Now the defense comes up with a big 1st down. 2nd down, they go in the backfield. If they can get a stop here on 3rd down, as you hear this crowd noise elevate, trying to disrupt Tom Brady, they're going to give the offense good field position once again.
Once again, you're talking about a Miami defense that is now missing all 3 of its regular starting linebackers. Brady just got rid of it. Cameron Wake again applying pressure.
Great call defensively, putting Cameron Wake on a stunt. Cameron Wake comes from the outside, twists around to the inside, gets right up the middle. That's the worst thing as a quarterback, because you have a defender coming up the middle. You don't know where to go. There's no way to, you have to try spinning out the other way or working to flush to the front side. If you're off the edges, you can step up, but pressure up the middle, it's hard to escape as a quarterback, and that's why Tom had to throw it away.
2 second-half possessions, a fumble, and then a 3-and-out for New England. And Ryan Allen flubbed this one off the side of his foot, but it takes a New England bounce. This is Landry. Landry back across the 45, and Miami is going to have terrific field position between the 45 and the 50-yard line. 5:53 to play in the 3rd, and the Dolphins feel like they're on a roll.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Bose, official sound of the NFL.
Field position has been terrific for the Miami Dolphins here in the 2nd half. Off the fumble, they start at the New England 34. Now they start at their own 47-yard line. Noshawn Moreno in the backfield. Tannehill on the move, and he's got to throw it away. Talk about mood swings in this game. It's happened from the get-go, Trent.
Yeah, a big game of runs. You look at initially, as you can see, Miami gets the quick touchdown after the blocked punt. But then New England turns around and working off of those 3 straight turnovers by Miami, going on a 17-point run. And now Miami has started the second half off with a run of their own.
And here's Miami back at it in a hurry. And this is Moreno straight ahead. First down at the New England 40-yard line.
And he just runs so hard. I want you to watch his legs and the way he drives. There's 2 guys that had initial contact, and the way he just drives his leg going downhill.
Well, he's unbelievable. Moreno has moved over 104 yards rushing. And the Patriots know him well. Career high 224 last November at New England. Lamar Miller into the lineup now. Tannehill running out of time and throws it away.
Now that's a great decision by Ryan Tannehill. He comes off the fake. He's trying to look the ball up the field. He wants to take a shot to the end zone, and then he also has underneath route that he's trying to get to. But because of that pressure, he has to slide up, throw the ball away, give yourself a manageable 3rd down instead of taking a big sack and getting yourself out of makeable distance.
Tannehill with time, sideline, complete to Wallace. Wallace breaking free to about the 15-yard line. Looks like he stepped out at about the 18.
And you can see the difference that Denard guards Wallace and the way that Rivas guards Wallace. Because of that speed difference, Denard knows that he has to get out of there.
Right up the middle is Lamar Miller to the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal.
A lot coming into this game about the offensive line. 5 new faces creating big lanes for the running backs.
Might have been Lamar Miller's first carry since the fumble. Here's his second to the goal line, touchdown. And we have a penalty marker down.
Holding, number 70, offense, 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
This is going to come back, although I think Walt Anderson said number 70. I don't see a number 70.
Well, that'd be right tackle Juwan James, if that's indeed who it's on. The entire line collapsed. You can see him on the left side of your screen here.
He is out there, right.
He gets his arm around the neck of Mayo. Even though he releases him right away, the officials are going to call that, and you can see him right in position to make that call.
So 1st and goal now from the 15-yard line, and this is Miller. And Miller to about the 11. No Sean Moreno. Got hit hard there, went to the sideline, and they were looking at his shoulder. And Moreno looks like he's ready to come back, but the coaching staff says not quite, not yet.
Well, when you see the head snap like that, sometimes it's a stinger, so it takes a little bit for it to get out of there.
2nd and goal. Tannehill. To the 4 is Miller. And here comes 28.
And Greg, that's a great decision by Ryan Tannehill there. He had Hartline in the back of the end zone. He would have had to try and force something to the back corner. Go ahead and get half the distance. Get a little bit over half the distance. Make this next snap a much better snap by giving yourself that extra 7 yards towards the end zone.
What are the odds number 28 gets a handoff on this?
You know what? And that may be the way that New England's thinking. So you may see a play fake to him and try and get one-on-one with one of the receivers.
Moreno to Tannehill's right. Gonna lob it to the corner of the end zone and overthrew Charles Clay. So that will bring the field goal unit on.
And that was a well-designed play. It was a great play call, just a poor throw. And Ryan Tannehill, he doesn't want to leave it short. You want to extend it and make the receiver run through it. Clay working from that right slot, just running a corner route. He has the leverage on McCourty and just the ball went too far.
Sturgis has been good from 38 and from 24. This one is a 22-yarder. And it is perfect. 2:38 to play in the third quarter. Miami regains the lead at 23-20. .38 to play here in the third quarter. 23-20 Miami on top of New England. We've had a couple of different momentum swings. Turnovers have had a lot to do with it on both sides today.
When you can't say enough, give enough credit to Kevin Coyle, the defensive coordinator for Miami. The way he's gotten this crew to respond after being down, the number of turnovers the offense had early on. Kevin Coyle, and you have to remember they lost their linebackers as well, so he's done a nice job of changing things up.
No return on this one, so this one will come out to the 20-yard line. It'll be Brady and company on offense. Week 1 NFL action continues later today on Fox, then tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And tune in tomorrow for a Monday night football doubleheader. Week 1 in full swing. It happens in a hurry, doesn't it?
It's great, isn't it? It's great that it's back. Nothing against the preseason, but this is a whole different gear. This is fun.
Brady and company from their own 20. Ridley going to lose yardage. There is no question. This is a fired-up Miami defense.
There were 4 defenders at the point of attack, and there was just nowhere for them to go with that football. And if you've got guys swarming to the football like that, you're making it hard for everybody. And all of a sudden you try to get into your play-action passes. Your play-action passes don't work as well when you're able to get that type of penetration into the backfield.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12, and Brady to throw. Over the middle, wide open. Kendrell Tompkins. And Tompkins with a first down across the 30 to about the 32.
There's a big opening in the middle of the field. You see the top of your receivers, they're going the other directions. Tompkins comes from the left. Tompkins comes from the left and sits down right in the middle of the field. So by those receivers flooding the right side of the field, that leaves the middle open, and Tom was aware of that and dumped it off.
Okay, here we go. 93 to 9.
Under a minute and a half now to play here in the third quarter. And to the right side is Stephen Ridley. And Ridley turns the corner, has a first down and more. Bumped out of bounds by Louis Delmas, and there's a penalty marker down back upfield.
Holding, number 37, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So that will bring the football all the way back and then some. I believe the call was on number 47, Michael Oamanawanui. That's right. I said it. I said it right.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He got Grimes up around the neck with his arm right in front of the official. That's going to be called.
1st and 20 now. Brady setting up the screen, incomplete.
Defensive tackle Randy Starks does a nice job of recognizing that it's going to be a screen. He gets an initial push up the field, but then he gets underneath that screen, and that's why Tom had to flush to his right to try and find a passing lane to get the ball to the back on the screen. Nice job by Starks creating that problem for Tom and not being able to make it a clean screen.
2nd and 20. Brady under pressure, and he's gone down at the 13. Chris McCain, the rookie free agent linebacker out of California.
We talked about the Dolphins being able to bring pressure, only rushing 4 and allowing to drop 7 into coverage. If you start blitzing other guys, that's creating a lot of one-on-one matchups, and that's something that Tom thrives on. That time only rushing 4, being able to get that penetration and come down with the big sack.
And timeout is called as they're taking a look at the big right tackle, Sebastian Vollmer. And when I say big, all 6'8", 320 pounds of him. He takes a walk to the sideline. Cameron Fleming, the rookie from Stanford, replaces him. Last half minute of the third quarter, 3rd and 29.
There's not a whole lot of play calls for 3rd and 29, so my guess is either a screen or a draw, something really quick. See if the receiver can't do something with it.
Brady going to hand it off to Vereen. Vereen across the 20, down at about the 22-yard line, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Dolphins getting the football back. We've come to the end of 3 with the score 23-20 Miami. We're coming back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Ryan Allen gets it away. He gets a better kick away than he did last time. Jarvis Landry drifting back. Spins. Looking for running room and not much of it as he's down at about the 23-yard line. So that's where Tannehill and the offense will start. Tonight on 60 Minutes, they aren't even out of middle school and they're being recruited to be Division I college quarterbacks. Meet the man developing the next Mannings. Only on 60 Minutes tonight. As we get underway here in the fourth quarter, along with our producer, Jim Rickoff, our director, Steve Milton, Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, and Evan Washburn on the sideline. Tom Brady trying to figure things out on the sideline.
Anytime you see a quarterback throw his hands up, which he's done several times, that's a definite look of frustration. And right now, the Dolphins are creating a lot of problems with their pass rush. Not giving Tom any time to throw and find his weapons down the field.
Sean Moreno in the backfield. Lost the ball. Trying to grab it. Did he get it? Looks like he did cover it at the 21.
You can see Tannehill initially trying to put that ball into Moreno's stomach. He hits that top elbow and the ball starts coming loose before it even touches his jersey.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Tannehill throwing over the middle, and Clay had it and dropped it. Let's get an update from the NFL today. JB and Boomer.
Jets have 208 yards on the ground, Boom.
How about Chris Ivory right here? Couple missed tackles, broken tackles, if you will, right through the line of scrimmage. Puts his hand up right there. Wait a minute. I haven't scored a touchdown yet. They went for 2. That failed attempt. They now lead the Oakland Raiders 19-7.
Bart says keep your arm down. That slows you down. Back to Greg, Trent, and Evan.
All right, guys. Thank you. 3rd and 11. Big rush, overthrew his intended receiver Clay, and it'll be a quick 3 and out for the Miami offense. Gerard Mayo applying the pressure on Tannehill.
But once again, it's another good decision. It may not be what the Dolphins want, may not be what the fans want in terms of a positive play, but it is a positive play in that you don't take a big sack, you don't underthrow it and get a pick 6, throw the ball away, let him punt. And the way your defense is playing, that's a smart decision by Ryan Tannehill.
So Brandon Fields set to kick it away to Julian Edelman. One of the premier punt returners in the league. Edelman at his own 28, lost the ball, picked it up, and he goes down at about the 32 or 33-yard line. Jason Trusnick covering on the play. 14:02 to play here in the fourth. 23-20 Dolphins.
You are watching the NFL on CBS.
Look at how the second half has made a difference for the Miami Dolphins. I remind you, by the way, our aerial coverage of today's game provided by MetLife, and we thank them for that. Brady to the near side, and a great tackle made out there on tight end Tim Wright by Jimmy Wilson. There's that view from up above. Thank you, MetLife.
I'm really surprised just by the tempo that the Patriots are going at. I thought they would go more of that no huddle up at the line of scrimmage, quick tempo, hey, maybe a quick snap here, then draw out the play clock and read the defense, and that's kind of what I've become accustomed to, and I thought we would see more of that from them today, especially with the way the offense has struggled this half.
Brady down the sideline, incomplete. Intended for Shane Vereen out of the backfield, covered by the linebacker Jelani Jenkins. Can't say enough about how these reserve linebackers have played for Miami today.
Well, because you know they're not getting the snaps during the week. They're not getting the reps. They're generally the service guys. They're the guys giving the scout team look because the way the practices are set up now, there's just not enough time for everybody to get reps at it. And so what a tremendous job, as you said, Greg, by these linebackers.
New England has managed just 31 total yards of offense in the second half. On 3rd and 8. Brady going down at the 25. The two defensive ends, Olivier Vernon, Cameron Wake. Third sack of Brady.
Well, nice job by the pocket. Once again, you collapse that pocket. If you can rush four guys, which Miami's been able to put consistent pressure all day, rushing four guys, that allows 7 into the coverage. Nowhere for Tom to go with the ball, and no reason to blitz if you're getting pressure with 4.
Jarvis Landry back at his own 20. Short kick. It's going to bounce. And Landry going to chase it down and run it out of bounds. 12:35 to play. Miami with the ball and the 3-point lead.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Big rookie mistake by Jarvis Landry. Look where this ball lands. It lands around the 30-yard line. If he comes up and makes the catch, that's a 20-yard difference from where they're starting right now.
No Sean Moreno in the backfield. Moreno with the handoff, looking for running room, finds it around the outside, and runs out of bounds short of the 20-yard line. This is a Miami team that is looking to recover from one of the worst scandals in the last several years in the National Football League, the bullying scandal that ran through their locker room. People wondering if they have fully recovered from it. The team says they are unified.
Well, I think it ultimately made them stronger. I think that the guys after last year's scandal, the guys that were left after all the carnage, they came back and were able to bond and become a stronger unit and believe in each other and have each other's back.
2nd and 3. Tannehill under pressure. And he'll go down. Gerard Mayo with the sack.
Mayo gets late pressure up the middle. That's a delayed blitz. A lot of times, if you see the running back go ahead and leave and commit, the linebackers are sitting there and they're told to wait. Just wait a delay count. Let the running back go ahead and commit, or let the tight end go ahead and commit to their route, get out on their release. Just give it that count just so they get out of there, and then delay blitz come right up. That's why nobody was on it.
It's the first sack of Tannehill today, the quarterback who was sacked the most in the NFL last season. Tannehill from his goal line, throwing, batted in the air, incomplete. Broken up by Revis. Intended for Wallace.
See, I put some of this on Mike Wallace now because he knows where the sticks are. He knows where the first down is. See how he sits? He wants to keep the first down. You've got to come back to the football. You've got to come back to the football and catch it with your hands. And once you catch it, then you got to get your body upfield. He was able to push that route about 3 yards past the sticks, but because he knew where the sticks were, he didn't want to come back. He just sat there, giving the defensive back the time to break it up.
So now with the exchange, the Patriots figure to get decent field position out of this. Edelman at his own 42. Midfield to the 45 of the Miami Dolphins. A reminder, the premiere of Thursday Night Football on CBS and the NFL Network kicks off this Thursday. Pittsburgh against Baltimore in an AFC North showdown. Football starts here. The bearded Tom Brady.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Tom take a shot to the end zone here. You get a change of possession near midfield. You want to go ahead and take a shot. See if you can't catch him not ready for it.
Brady throwing complete. Oh, nice move by Ridley. And Ridley forward to about the 41-yard line. Now, we mentioned this earlier that yesterday was National Beard Day. I don't know when that came into focus. But there's Brady, there's Ryan Fitzpatrick, there's our colleague Dan Fouts. Yeah. I think Brady is late to the party. Ryan Fitzpatrick and Dan Fouts.
Fitzpatrick there was like, I have a feeling if Tom keeps this, it could be that by the time December rolls around.
That's a couple of decades growth on Fitzpatrick. Out in the flat, that's Amendola, and Amendola to the sideline. There's a penalty marker. That's Jimmy Wilson laying flat on his back.
Well, that's one of those pick routes or rub routes where the outside receiver goes in. They basically are just exchanging releases, hoping that somebody runs in as an offense or hoping the two defenders run into each other. But it appears based on the flag that it was the offensive player that ran into Wilson.
Pass interference, number 19, offense, 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Good call, boy. Did you see Cortland Finnegan stomping around out there? He looked very, very upset. And Jimmy Wilson is still down. Here's the play. Boom.
See, the problem LaFell makes on that is he has his eyes on the defender when they run in and make contact, and he actually puts his forearm up when they make the contact. You need to be able to have your eyes back at the quarterback in that situation.
Jimmy Wilson going to walk off the field under his own power. .10:24 to play here in the fourth quarter. Miami on top of New England by 3, 23-20, and there's the chairman of the board. The Miami Dolphins, Stephen Ross, who did not like what he saw with this team a year ago as far as the locker room stuff, and they had some big changes. Meanwhile, this is Brandon Bolden. And Bolden inside the Miami 45-yard line.
Nice job to rally and tackle there by the Dolphins defense. Cameron Wake coming back on the field. As you know, 3rd and long here. Need him coming off the edge to collapse the pocket.
New England with only Jarvis Landry. It'll be 2nd and 10. And there's a late flag thrown just now.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 95, defense. Contact to the quarterback's head. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So it looks like Walt Anderson was advised that there was contact made after the fact.
You know, I've never seen a flag thrown that late, especially on a late hit to the quarterback, because Walt's job is to watch the quarterback. And you can see the other official that's in the back with him. His job is to watch the line play to see if there's a holding call, but he's the one that comes up and convinces Walt to call that play.
It was about a week between the time that he got hit and the time the flag was thrown.
No, I think it was an accurate call. If you look at the crown of Chandler's helmet, the crown of his helmet hit Tannehill in the face mask, so it was the correct call. It's just the timing of it.
Lamar Miller running room on the left side, out close to another first down near the 40-yard line. It'll be about 2nd and short.
And I won't say it's the Moreno factor, but it's the Moreno factor because Miller is running a lot harder than he did in the first half prior to that fumble. He's securing the football when he runs. He's running and driving his legs. I think he took notice just like we have. If I want to get some touches, I better pick up my style of play. And you can see these last few times he's had his hands on the ball, the toughness he's running with.
Long short yardage and across the 40 is Miller for the first down. That's Vince Wilfork applying the hammer. But it's a good thing Vince Wilfork is a nice guy because he is a large human being.
Well, just the thing that amazes me is how big he is, but how quick his feet are. It's amazing his feet, especially coming off of that Achilles injury that was affected him last season. You thought maybe that would slow him down a little bit. I haven't seen anything slowing him down so far today.
Miller out, Moreno in. Tannehill on first down, throwing this sideline. That's Hartline, and Hartline for another first down across midfield and into New England territory at the 45-yard line.
Hartline is matched up on rookie Malcolm Butler, just running a hitch route. Good recognition by Tannehill, seeing that soft coverage. Go ahead and throw the hitch, get it on him quickly so he's able to make a move, get upfield, and get the first down.
Only Hartline's second catch of the day. Miller. Inside the 40. Last time these teams met down here in Miami, the 15th of December. Brady to Julian Edelman for the touchdown to put the Patriots up by 3 late in the fourth. Ryan Tannehill to Marcus Thigpen. The Dolphins on top with just over a minute to go. And then Michael Thomas intercepting Brady in the end zone to preserve a 24-20 Miami win. 2nd and 4. Miller keeps his feet and dives to about the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 2.
Well, that's a play that Hightower has to make. You see Hightower, he's going to come into your picture here. He has a chance to bring him down. Good job by the offensive line to continue that block because once first contact had been made, you see the guard peel back and continue blocking Hightower, which is ultimately what's knocked him off of Miller.
Moreno in on the tough yardage down, 3rd and 2. Tannehill going to throw for it. This side of the field, that's complete. First down yardage and then some. Out of bounds is Brandon Gibson. Suffered a knee injury last season against these New England Patriots.
New England decides to only rush 4 on 3rd down, leave those linebackers underneath and try and react and come up to the sticks. Nice recognition by Tannehill, and we talk about accuracy and we talk about completions. There's a difference. That time there, Ryan Tannehill was very accurate with his throw, allowed Gibson to catch it and get upfield for the first down.
And by the way, Miami taking some precious time off the clock. We're down to 5:50 to play in the 4th. Tannehill with lots of time, throwing for the tight end down the field, incomplete at the goal line. Intended for Deion Sims.
Early in this game, I was a little hard on Ryan Tannehill about his accuracy. These last few throws here in the 4th quarter, he's dialed in. That's a ball you have to come up with. You can see Deion Sims, he starts slamming the ground. He's mad at himself. But
that's where the quarterback wants to put the football.
That's where you want to. You want to put it in a position where your receiver has the best chance of success, and that was definitely that spot.
2nd and 10. Moreno. Oh. What a day Noshawn Moreno is having. Fighting for every single yard.
Well, and the thing is that everybody is buying into it. If you watch on this replay, watch the way everybody finishes. Even Mike Wallace comes in. He's got a block on the secondary there. Brandon Albert on the other side, he finishes his block. It's like, you know what? If our running back is going to continue driving his legs and work the way he's working, we have to stay on our blocks because we don't know when it's going to end.
121 yards rushing on the day for Noshawn Moreno. Damian Williams, the rookie free agent running back, now into the backfield. On 3rd and 5. Tannehill, short drop, now throwing over the middle, complete. First down and more. Wallace inside the 10, about the 6-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
Wallace is coming from the left side of the screen, and you see he's matched up on linebackers. They're in a zone defense, and there's just no way that Jamie Collins is going to cover Mike Wallace on a full sprint across the field. I just touched it a minute ago. Accuracy. That time Tannehill puts him right in stride, gives him a chance to get up the field. Ryan Tannehill has really gotten dialed in, especially this fourth quarter.
Look at the turnaround in offense for Miami here in the second half. Moreno inside the 5 to about the 4.
As we're now getting under 4 minutes here, it's going to be important. The run game has been established. If you're inside the 5-yard line, the way the Dolphins are, they need to finish this off with a touchdown, make it a 2-possession game. For you to settle for a field goal now, you're just falling right into Tom Brady's hands. You're going to give him 2 minutes, all of his timeouts, and all you need is a touchdown to win. You've got to get it into the end zone to finish this off.
Moreno in the backfield. 3:45 to play. Play fake. Throwing it. End zone. Incomplete. Dolphins looking for a flag, not there. Intended for Hartline, covered by Logan Ryan.
And Logan Ryan never turns around. Hartline going to the corner here. You can say there's obviously some contact there. He doesn't get his head turned around. Maybe that last-ditch effort by him to kind of flip his face mask around to look for it is what prevented the official from making that call, because I thought there was contact before the ball got there.
3rd and goal. Moreno to the end zone. Did he get there? Lost the football at the goal line. The ruling is touchdown.
I thought he crossed the plane before the ball even comes out. Look at this. He's hit at the 8-yard line. Contact with 3 guys at the 1-yard line, and he's still able to bounce off and break the plane.
Knowshon Moreno has put this team on his back this afternoon.
Well, and Wilfork was in great position to make that tackle, and he goes in for the big kill shot. Moreno, with his quick feet, bounces back. Wilfork ends up blowing up his own defender. Moreno gets going downhill, gets that acceleration. Man, that contact with 3 guys right at the goal line.
The Miami Dolphins with 20 unanswered points. And with just under 3.5 to play in the 4th, they own a 10-point lead on the New England Patriots.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Quicken Loans for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze. And by Subway. Stay in summer shape with a Super Stack Protein Pack Subway Club. Subway, eat fresh.
Opening day for these Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots, and the Dolphins have come back strong after being down early. 20 unanswered points. They lead it by 10 with 3:29 to play in regulation. Matthew Slater, Patrick Chung deep. This is returnable. 3 yards deep in the end zone. It's Chung right up the middle and short of the 20. Down at about the 18-yard line, courtesy of Michael Thomas. Hey, it's not too late to play NFL.com Fantasy. Enjoy free new mobile app so you can join, draft, and play from anywhere. Sign up at NFL.com/fantasy. Okay, what is Tom Brady doing here? Is he looking long or not necessarily?
Well, it's no secret they need 2 scores, so you'd like to get a quick touchdown, be able to come back, and then you have the decision whether you want to go for a field goal or a touchdown. Either way, you have to get 2 scores. So if you get at or near midfield, that may be the time to go ahead and try the field goal, do the onside kick, and try for the touchdown on the second possession.
Brady got rid of it before he went down. That's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Jared Odrick in on Brady.
And the reason I say that, Greg, is because time is the biggest thing against you right now. The clock is what is against you. So not only if you get across midfield, it may be a time to try the field goal to save as much time as you possibly can. So if you get the onside kick, then you have some time to work with to get in the end zone. So that's just another factor. But if they keep having plays like that, they're not going to have to worry about it.
2nd and 10. Brady with time, throwing far sideline. That's incomplete through the hands of Brandon LaFell. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Nice job by Will Davis, the corner over there. He's getting soft on his coverage. He doesn't want to give up the big play. He gives a good 5 to 7 yard cushion and then plants that foot to drive up on it. That's just not as accurate a throw as you would want. LaFell has to jump for the ball, and this is a huge 3rd down for the Dolphins.
Patriots 0 for their last 6 on 3rd down. Brady throwing. That's to no one. That's incomplete.
Well, and this is where the timing with Rob Gronkowski, you can see him working up the middle. Tom thinks he's going to stop. He thinks he's going to get past the 3rd down markers, and he's trying to dial in on him and pick up that 1st down. Obviously, Rob read it differently. He thought he could get a step on the safety and get by him.
4th and 10. Brady needs the 28-yard line for a 1st down. Under pressure, he got hit as he let go. Loose ball, doesn't make any difference. It's going to be Miami football. Cameron Wake in on the quarterback.
No surprise, the type of day that Cameron Wake has had. He's been winning one-on-one matchups all day. No need to blitz your linebackers. No need to blitz your secondary. Cameron Wake coming off the edge. 2nd time today, strip sack.
Talked to Cameron Wake on Friday and asked him if he plays with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He said, absolutely. There was a couple of seasons that he sat there on his mother's couch at home and watched other people play the game, and he said, I can do that.
Well, today he didn't play with a little chip. He played with 2 big chunks on his shoulders because he was getting after Brady all day, especially the 2nd half. What an impressive job by the defense of the Dolphins in the 2nd half.
Undrafted coming out of Penn State. The 14-yard line. Noshawn Moreno, who has had a monster day running the football for the Miami Dolphins, moves it inside the 10. And welcome to those of you who were watching the Jets and the Oakland Raiders. At halftime, New England led Miami by a score of 20-10. It has been all Miami here in the 2nd half. Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, and Evan Washburn downstairs. It's been a pretty impressive performance after a slow start, a turnover-plagued start for the Miami Dolphins.
And you nailed it, Greg. That's exactly what happened to the Dolphins in the 1st half, is 3 turnovers in 3 straight possessions, giving New England 10 of their 20 points off of those turnovers. In the 2nd half, the offense has not turned the ball over. They've completely dominated on the defensive side of the ball. You see here, New England only 31 yards in the 2nd half. That's unheard of for a Tom Brady-led offense.
Now, keep in mind, this is a Miami defense that doesn't have its 3 starting linebackers. Philip Wheeler was inactive at the beginning of the day, and then they lost Koa Nisi as well as Donnell Ellerbe. Moreno brought to a stop at about the 9-yard line. And another timeout is taken. That's 2 timeouts taken by New England. Gronkowski early on with the touchdown catch. But then here come the Miami Dolphins. The touchdown pass to Wallace, Noshawn Moreno, and Cameron Wake, making his mark along with the rest of that Miami Dolphin defense.
you know, seeing that Mike Wallace reception again for a touchdown. You had mentioned it bobbled a bunch of times before he was able to catch it. I had mentioned at the time throwing into triple coverage. What was he thinking? After he came up with that touchdown, we should have known something was going to happen. It was going to be one of those days. When you have a play like that, you're able to have the ball bounce your way. It was a foresight of things to come because the Dolphins have turned it on this second half, as you've mentioned.
You give a thumbs up to the new Miami offense under Bill Lazor?
Well, you know, the thing, I definitely do. I definitely do. And once Tannehill started dialing in on his accuracy, not the completions that we've talked about, but the accuracy with his throws, he's really been on point this whole second half. And Lazor's done a nice job of mixing in the run game, and Moreno's really taken off with it.
On 3rd and 4. Moreno dragged down for no gain. And the Patriots to use another timeout.
Well, and that's the thing here. Now you've used all your timeouts, but you've still got 2:49 to go in the half. And by holding them to a field goal, it still makes it. In Bill Belichick's mind, this is still a 2-possession game. So you can go down, get a touchdown, attempt the onside kick. His mind is you've still got a chance here, and that's really the train of thought for that New England sideline.
You know, Cameron Wake was asking him about the key. This is the 11th time he says he's played against Tom Brady. I said, what's the key to getting to him? He said, everybody needs to do their own job. You can't be a superstar. Just do what you're supposed to do and trust your teammates to do what they do.
And that's an important thing. That's why football is the ultimate team game, because you have to trust everybody to know their assignments and execute them.
Caleb Sturgis from 27 yards. Put another 3 on the board. Sturgis 4 out of 4 in the field goal department. And Miami with a 33-20 lead on the New England Patriots with 2:44 to play. Hey, here's a look at what's happening next week. Sunday, the NFL on CBS rolls out doubleheader action. Tom Brady and the Patriots up against Adrian Peterson and the Vikings. Alex Smith and the Chiefs will challenge Peyton Manning and the Broncos. Trent and I will trek up to Green Bay, Wisconsin for the Jets and the Packers. Check your local listings. It all begins with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines.
I don't think I'm going out on much of a limb saying that they're not going to have the same humidity at Lambeau as we do here today.
So this is off on the good foot for the Miami Dolphins. They go to Buffalo. They're home to Kansas City. And the Chiefs just getting trounced today by the Tennessee Titans. Then travel out to Oakland before their bye week, the first weekend in October.
You know, you have to remember a year ago in Week 15 when the Dolphins beat New England right here in Miami, and then the final 2 weeks, all they had to do was get one win, and one of those losses was to Buffalo. So next week going up to Buffalo, there's going to be a little revenge factor and a little payback factor on the Dolphins side of things.
This is short, inside the 5-yard line. And out across the 25, close to the 30, is Devin McCourty. So there's not much secret to what Tom Brady is going to be doing here, trying to gain as much yardage as you can.
Yeah, with the last possession, it was a matter of 2 scores. You could get a combination of touchdown field goal. Now, with what's transpired, you need 2 touchdowns. So you have to take some risk. You have to squeeze the ball into coverage. You can't handle just your little dink and dunk 5-yard routes. You have to get some big chunks, because not only do you need 1, but you need 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
Brady down the middle, and Gronkowski got a hand on it, incomplete. 2:34 to play. You know, these opening day losses don't happen very often to the New England Patriots. The last time they lost an opener was at Buffalo, September the 7th, 2003.
Wow, 10 consecutive opening day wins, and I guess the only thing good going for New England in 2003, they got blown out in the opener, but what they do, they went on to win the Super Bowl. So I guess there is a silver lining there.
How'd that work out for them? Right. That's Shane Vereen with the carry, and looks like that'll take us to, won't take us to the 2-minute warning, because Brady will get a snap off before that. 2:20 and counting. Patriots are out of timeouts. Third and 5. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, thrown a little bit behind him. It's incomplete. Well, let's go back to September 7th, 2003 at Buffalo. Bledsoe. The Bills with a touchdown pass to Dave Moore. And Sam Adams picked off the Tom Brady pass, returned it 37 yards for the touchdown. Brady had 4 picks on the day as the Bills beat the Patriots 31-0. That's the last time the Patriots suffered defeat on the first day of the season. 4th and 5. Brady throwing complete to the 40-yard line. 41-yard line is Gronkowski, and that's a first down, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here at Sun Life Stadium. Miami Dolphins looking at a 1-0 record to kick off 2014. Two minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Brady. Quick pass. And that's complete to Amendola. You know, at the top of the day, Trent, we said everybody says, yeah, New England's the team to beat in the AFC East, and is Miami going to be able to challenge? This gives Miami a pretty good feeling to start the season.
It's a pretty definitive answer, especially a great showing by the defense.
Brady throwing sideline incomplete. Intended for Kenbrell Tompkins.
And I know we've stated it several times today, but you just have to keep repeating the fact that the Dolphins are without all 3 of their starting linebackers due to either injuries before this game or injuries that happened here today. Tremendous when you think that the number of reps that you get during the week, and then all of a sudden you come out here on game day and perform the way they're performing. It's been a tremendous effort on the defensive side, especially the second half.
Against a fairly decent quarterback.
That's right.
Brady. And that's complete to Tim Wright, the tight end. The clock continues to move under a minute and a half now.
This is fine, trying to get the first down. I understand that. 3rd and short, you want to get the first down. At some point in time, you've got to take a shot to the end zone.
And here we go. And he's got a man open. And overthrew him. Brandon LaFell. And Brady now not only looking at 2 scores, but needing 2 touchdowns.
Well, and this is actually a really good throw because Tom anticipates the throw and he puts it up early, and you can see LaFell just doesn't locate the ball until it's too late. I'm not saying he could have clicked into another gear, but the fact that he was able to beat the corner like that, knowing you need 2 touchdowns, the corner should be back at the goal line. there's no reason to allow that to happen.
Talked about Gronkowski's snap count at the beginning of the day. Lots more playing time in the first half than the second.
And some of that may just be wear and tear. You got to get your legs back underneath you.
Popped up into the air. Falls incomplete. Cortland Finnegan, as he usually is, right in the middle of everything. Fiery would be a good way to describe him, wouldn't it?
He's fiery in the meetings. He's fiery every time you see him. So.
Got the tip. It falls incomplete. 3rd and 10. 67 seconds to play. Gonna hand it off to Shane Vereen. And Vereen very close to a first down at the 36-yard line.
You see how good of a job Grimes did right there? He jumps up to the outside. It looked like Vereen was going to try getting to the sideline, and Grimes jumped to the outside. Wouldn't allow that to happen, forcing him inside to keep this clock moving.
And Brady on the sneak for the first down. Clock continues to move. 42, 41, and 40 seconds to play.
End zone shot right here. You have to.
Brady going to loft it up in the corner. Nice defensive play on the far side of the field by Will Davis. And again, Brady going for Brandon LaFell. Now, in addition to the way they played today, a game like this has to do tremendous things for a team's confidence coming out of a game like this.
Well, just because of all of the changes, there were changes to the coaching staff, changes to the front office, the entire offensive line. You have 5 new bodies there. We lost all the linebackers today, so we've got changes all over the place. Finnegan coming in as a new corner, and then this just gives affirmation to what took place in the offseason.
That pass incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. 26 seconds to play.
Well, it goes without saying whether or not Coach Joe Philbin wants to admit it or not, but he's on the hot seat coming into this season. Being his third year, they haven't made the playoffs. You know, they fell apart the last 2 weeks of the season. There's Joe Philbin right there. He's still intense. He's still into the game, but you know, it's this is a big win for him as well, and it helps with the momentum of this season.
Big day for Bill Lazor, the new offensive coordinator. Miami with 33 points on the board against a very good New England defense. Brady throwing, sideline, diving catch on the far side of the field by Kenbrell Tompkins, and no, it's ruled incomplete. Eugene Hall, the field judge, races in and says that ball bounced on the turf. Looks like he's right, yeah.
Well, I'm not complete agreement with that throw right there. There's 15 seconds to go. Even if he catches the ball, by the time you get the next snap, it's what, 7 seconds to go? And you got to take a shot at the end zone. There's no time for the onside kick, so you have to go to the end zone here.
And
this is the
Miami
first charge
is going to use a timeout.
Miami, 30 seconds.
So there's owner Stephen Ross, and it is a step in the right direction. There is the man who said we have to make some changes. Front office, locker room, they did.
Well, and right to his right was new GM Dennis Hickey as well, and the two of them, you know, there's an evaluation process going on, not only with Coach Philbin and his staff, but with the players as well. What's going to happen after the turmoil last season and getting that executed coming into this 2014 season?
I want to let you know, we have a little bonus coverage coming your way once we wind down here. Philadelphia leading Jacksonville. Boy, Jacksonville had a big lead at one point in that game. 4th and 10. Brady gonna lob it up for the end zone. Lots of people in the end zone. It falls incomplete. And the ball goes over to the Miami Dolphins with 8 seconds to play. Any which way you cut it, this is an impressive game, an impressive win for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, and I think what even makes it more impressive is the way that it started off with Miami having those 3 turnovers in the first half. New England capitalizing, getting points, and getting to that, as you said, 20-10 halftime lead. And this second half just completely flipping it around and dominating New England in all phases.
Miami outscoring the Patriots 23-0 in the second half, and that'll do it. Bill Belichick says it's always tough when the Patriots come down here to take on the Dolphins. It was way too tough today. 33-20. The Dolphins get off on the right foot, not only for the season in the AFC East. Impressed and look forward to the next time the Miami Dolphins take the field?
Definitely, and especially what this defense was able to do. Imagine they get a week of practice together, get some healthy bodies.
33-20. Miami a winner for Trent Green, Evan Washburn, Greg Gumbel. So long from Miami. Come up, the NFL Today update. We'll take you to New York after this.
It's no small feat to beat the Patriots. Especially when many don't think 2 Tannehills equal 1 Brady.
Brady drops back. He's looking left. He rolls right. He looks across the middle. He throws to Gronkowski. He has a touchdown for the Patriots.
Who's back? The big boy.
But these rivals revel in the rough stuff. By the second half, it was time for Miami to take an AFC East 800-pound gorilla selfie as they began to pummel the Pats. Behind an efficient offense, the Dolphin lead ballooned to 10 points late.
Back to throw 10, look, firing, and it's caught. Touchdown! Wallace took it away from a defender. Breaks one tackle straight up the middle, close to the goal line. Did he get in? Yes. Touchdown, Miami!
Holy smokes!
For the first time in the Tom Brady era, the Patriots are dead last in the AFC East.
And the Dolphins stunned the New England Patriots